Kia ora everyone, no mai, hara mai, hello and welcome. Friday Night Lights, Friday Night Hoops, Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way. The Indian Panthers up against the Tauranga Whai. Great to have you with us. Mad March. Well, we're getting towards the end of Mad March. The games keep coming. Sal's NBL a little bit later tonight. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. Great to have the four-time champ in the commentary position tonight. And Casey, the best way for you to start, mate, is with the Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder. This is how it looks at the moment.
Yeah, take a look at that ladder. Neither of tonight's teams have been able to grace the first page where we see the Giants on top with the 2-0 lone undefeated team left.
Reigning champs.
They know what they're doing. The Panthers have pulled 2 wins out of 3 attempts in their Rapid League ventures. The Tauranga Whai as many wins from one more game. As we look down the ladder to the 2 still to win games, the Jets and the Sharks.
Interesting stat on the Panthers. Their 2 wins, both by a solitary point. Doesn't get much closer than that.
Well, it doesn't get any closer. We can't score in half points anymore, just as we take a look at the starting lineups for the Whai. Jet Thompson, Jaden Zanda Marsters, Jaden Bouncer, and Denham Brook has returned to the fold. Nice to see him back. They were missing a little bit of size. I had a chat with Jaden Bouncer before the game. He did not enjoy playing the 5 in Rapid League.
Yeah, no, Denham Brook is a big in. He played some really good games last season, didn't he? The Panthers starters for tonight's Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Tushal Singh is a new face. We look forward to seeing him for the first time here in New Zealand. Ryan Lumatia, Cooper Lepo, Dante Matakatia, and Zach Tapuni. That is the starting lineup for the Panthers. The all-important Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. This is how they stack up, Case.
You see that the wins are equal. The points per game, not too far apart. The Panthers up there about 4 points per game more. The rebounds driven by Zach Tapuni, leading the Rapid League in rebounds at 9 rebounds a game. Taking a look at the field goal percentage is slightly in favor to the Panthers.
Yeah, 9 rebounds a game is a fair effort in this 4x4 minute contest. Of course, that is the Sky Broadband Rapid League. All of these players coming off the bench tonight in the Sal's NBL. It's a bit of a Friday Hoops extravaganza this evening. Also, the Giants and the Bulls are playing down south. But we've got the Whai and the Panthers. Great to have you with us, wherever you may be tuning in from. Been another big week. Week 3, Casey, of Mad March. And, hey, it's been crazy. Don't worry about mad. It's been crazy.
Oh, I've been a little mad. Been a little mad once or twice this month, but it's been a fantastic bevy of games to start the season. A little bit of a break coming up, but in the meantime, keep watching that ball bounce.
Underway, Friday Night Hoops, Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Indian Panthers on the floor against the Tauranga Whai. Tushal Singh, what a way to start his career here in New Zealand. First drive, first shot, first points. Welcome to New Zealand.
Impressively done on that drive, displaying a soft touch. Hasn't been in the country long, but already having an effect. If Marsters lets it fly, can't find the range.
He's been in a bit of form as well, hasn't he, Xander Masters?
He's been playing well in the Rapid League and has been a really effective bench piece in the Sal's NBL as well, showing how valuable the Rapid League is to develop.
Turnover intended for Tapuni, picked up by Jet Thompson. Here's Masters quickly.
Jet Thompson needed to kick that ahead to Denham Brook for the easy instead.
Panthers
get back.
On the drive, inside, Bouncer on the reverse. Right play, just unable to finish, and here's Singh. Hands it back to Matakatia. Can't finish. Apparently, Tushal Singh played in the championship winning team in the recent INBL Pro in India, I should say. So comes in with some winning form.
Yeah, talked to Coach Giano beforehand. You'll see it in the pregame interview for the Sal's, but he mentions the type of player he thinks he is, and certainly thinks he's got a bevy of skills to see as Dante Matakatia gets into the post, can't hit the fade away.
Yeah, Matakatia.
Oh,
you've put me off.
Matakatia?
That's right.
It just, to be fair, it took me a while to get those vowels as well.
Matakatia.
Mata?
Yeah, we're close. He's been in some really good touch the first couple of weeks as well, Dante, and I know that there's a few teams around the league that have been watching on with a lot of interest as Jaden Bazant drains the 3.
Oh, such a smooth jump shot. Rainmaker when it leaves his hands. But back to Dante. Marakatia, his play has been really impressive, especially in the NBL. Like right now, one dribble pull-up, really nice, under control. He's got excellent size. He's been rebounding well. Not as well as Zach Tapuni underneath with the putback.
Yeah, he's very strong in that position, isn't he, Tapuni? Marakatia having to play some defense there on Boucher. Now Denham-Brook with his first look of the night, short on the iron. And a nice rebound by Lumatea. Great to see him back out there as well, isn't it, after a couple of knee injuries?
Yeah, had that really unfortunate one at the 3x3 a couple of years ago. What was there for as we see Zach Tapuni putting in the muscle.
That's just strong, man.
I've been playing against Zach for a long time. He came up as a junior in the Harbor program. I've been playing against him since he was probably 14, 15 years old. And he's always had that just taste for physicality. And that's not something you can coach. It's something that's in you. And he likes finding that contact, and he plays with a lot of that on his shoulder.
Well, we haven't even been going 3 minutes, and Zach Tapuni has 4 points and 4 rebounds.
Almost got 5 there. Nice box out by Zenda Marsters.
Substitutions, both teams, nice and early. 3 minutes into this game, GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
Just big and strong down there. Gets in, puts his head in the right place. Knocks off Denham-Brook, gets him a little bit off balance, and now a smaller lineup for the Phi against the Panthers. Going to be field day for Tapuni on the offensive glass.
Let's see what the Phi can do here. Boucher looking to hand it off, and he does to the run of Greensall. Tapuni, rebound number 5.
Is it the first quarter still?
Still the first quarter. No Tatui Lewis at the moment. Oh, big 3 there off the hand of Stephen Pyer.
Stephen Pyer shooting the ball well. Had a beautiful move at the end of the game against the Jets on Sunday. He's feeding that confidence into Rapid League tonight.
And they're out by 6 here, the Panthers. 2 wins already this season in the Rapid League. Answering with a triple, Xander Masters.
Well, just too much space for him on the wing. He gets that catch plenty of time. Singh with 14 seconds left. Nice defense from Jet Thompson. He gets pinged with a whistle.
Yeah, put 2 hands on in the end, and that's what he's called for from the Barter card officials.
Jet Thompson does so much right defensively. I love his aggression. He's got good foot speed, but he has to be able to curb that physicality with his arms and just trust in his body to be in the right position, because when you put your hands on it just a little too easy as Cooper Lepeau gets the catch.
Lepeau now aggressive to the basket off the glass. Cooper Lepeau.
I think Coop's mom came up to me before the game and reminded me that he is just year 12 and 16 years old.
What do you mean you think she came up to you? She either did or she didn't. Oh, look at that for a finish.
He's got a great mind of a scorer. I mean, he really does have the ability to think like a scorer, and that in itself is a skill. You know, not everybody has that mindset to get out and put up 15, 20 shots in a game, but Cooper Lepeau is thinking, putting that ball in the bucket at all times, has a great motor, has a thirst for it, doesn't mind getting a little feisty.
Seconds dying down in this opening quarter. Round and round it goes. And a big basket for the Phi to end this opening period. In fact, there may be a touch time added. Headed to the Chemist Warehouse for the bonus is Jet Thompson.
Well, just a good aggressive drive, puts his head down. #1 rule in transition is if nobody stops you, don't pick up that dribble. Nobody did, and he gets the old-fashioned three-point play.
Adds 1, and that'll do us to quarter time. So a quick fire, 4 minutes to start this Sky Broadband Rapid League game tonight, and a good contest. Panthers lead by 3, 12-9, in a quarter that was dominated by the big fella, Zach Tapuni.
Zach Tapuni, offensively, defensively, really putting it together. He's 2 for 2 from the field. 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 of those offensive. 7 rebounds overall for the Panthers to just 3 for the Phi. But the Phi were able to keep it close behind that Jet Thompson finish at the end as we take a look at the large Fire Island pizza. Got to get those jalapenos in there, Justin. That's what I'm talking about. Spicy.
I'm looking. I'm absolutely looking at it. $39.99. That's this week's special, available until next Tuesday. There's the QR code on screen. You know what to do. Friday night hoops is a perfect night for the Sal's Large Fire Island. I'll tell you what else you can do this weekend. You can head to skybroadband.co.nz and you can pick yourself up some sort of a deal. The fibre starter $50 a month for the first 12 months. Outstanding stuff from Sky Broadband. Get onto that one.
Well, that's a fantastic deal. That's like 50% off most competitors that I'm aware of. To be fair, I'm not aware of them all because, you know, once you get this one, you don't really need to be aware of the other ones. But still.
Got some real scoring options, the Panthers, haven't they? Tapuni, 7.5 points a game. Matakatia, 7.7 points a game. Lepo, 10.5 points per game. Even Ryan Lumatia going at nearly 7 points a game. So they've got some scoring depth out there in this Sky Broadband Rapid League, the Panthers. On the drive, little floater there.
Well,
looked
nice.
Like Greensill.
Yeah, really nice touch by Mario Greensill. You see a turnover at half court. Calamete.
I think he just stepped on the sideline, Case.
Yeah, just but a little bit of pressure there, I think, from Harlan Roden. Able to come up and make it just a little bit harder than it needs to be to bring the ball up the court. And that caused Luke Calamete to just, I think, lose a little bit of his focus and step on the sideline.
Denham-Brook going to take a break for the Phi. Xander Masters walked back out. I mentioned to Tui Lewis during the first quarter. Currently away with the New Zealand 3x3 Tall Blacks. He'll be a welcome addition when he comes back.
Yeah, he's been a weapon for this Phi squad over previous years, and certainly his instant offense makes this Rapid League Phi squad very dangerous to beat.
Greensill against the tall timber.
1 second left on the shot clock. Got to put it up. Doesn't see it.
Doesn't get it off in time. So a turnover there against the Phi. Panthers come up with it.
Yeah, when Greensill made that move into the post, tried to set up Jaden Boucher underneath, but the pass a little off target. And that takes away the opportunity to get an easy finish underneath. Panthers do a good job of recovering defensively and sticking with the ball right up into the moment that shot clock went off.
Speaking to the Panthers hierarchy before this game tonight, Singh for three, looked great off the hand. News is, Casey, that 3 or 4 players coming in over the next 48 hours from overseas, including a big 7-footer out of China.
I checked out the video, saw the highlights, and big is the correct terminology to put in front of that man's name. He is a large human being who's going to be interesting to watch in this competition.
Matakatia on the drive. In fact, he's fouled in the end, so it'll be a Panthers ball off the baseline. Principal Singh has also been signed. Some NBA G League experience, and he looks good as well.
He's had some good tournaments for India, an athletic wing. Nice to see what he's going to be able to do in the competition. I expect he's going to be surprising a few players out there who aren't familiar with his game.
Tushal Singh just landed in the country. A couple of big baskets for him in this opening half. And that came off an offensive rebound as well.
Coach Robinson said he's good on the drive. He can shoot it a bit as well. And we have seen both aspects of that game already in the first half. And here he is to the cup again.
Singh off the glass. He's racking up the points right now. What a handy addition for the Indian Panthers, Tushal Singh.
And you too shall sing if you're scoring buckets like that, Justin.
Oh, nice.
He's come off and put it together well. 7 points already. And getting the crowds a little fired up. I think we might see a larger Indian contingent in future weeks as these Ice Guards step it up.
Margin at 6. As the Panthers come forward again through Singh.
Rejects the screen.
What can the Panthers do here? Looking to add another 2 underneath. Matakatia on the putback.
I just love that rebound. He grabs that completely out of his cylinder. He's 3-4 feet away from the play. Slices through to corral it and put it back. Like the drive by Lepo, and great effort by Matakatia.
Looking for an answer. Greensill in and out. Rebound. Lepo only knows one way, and that is real quick.
He is a scorer. Has the right mindset, gets the cup. Tapuni couldn't pick up the offensive glass.
Greensill again firing away. Just unable to find the bottom of the net at the moment. 1 minute to play in this opening half. Both teams have their B&Z player timeout.
Lepo letting it fly. think his teammates might be saying, let's get a rotation or two out here.
Just pulled the trigger, didn't he? Greensall. And Denhambrook in the end.
Well, that's nice pick and roll action. Good patience shown by Mario Greensall there. Didn't really push it, slowed the pace down, waited for Denhambrook to make himself available on the roll in a nice position to get that finish.
And you look at this start from Tushal Singh. Here he is with the ball, and again on the drive, and another two. He's crafty. He's just getting to know his teammates for the first time, by the way.
Well, right now he just knows his teammates are going to let him score because they're clearing out for him as we see a BNZ player timeout get taken. But Tushal Singh, crafty is a good word. A little unorthodox with that footwork. He can take those long, slow steps, really opening things up. And if you want to see that in person, scan that QR code. See if you can get your chance to win a ticket to the big game. All thanks to BNZ, inspiring that next generation of ballers. Who knows, win tickets and they could be on a sideline near you.
Tickets are being snapped up at the moment as well. Wonderful program, BNZ. So here we go, dying seconds.
Oh, missed the backdoor cut. Denhambrook was thinking about Jaden Bazant, and I can see why with a touch like that as Matakatia tells timeout. And if you thought the first BNZ timeout was nice, well, twice is even nicer.
Get your phones ready. There it is. Every time we have a BNZ player timeout in the Rapid League and the Cells NBL, you can scan that QR code. As Casey mentioned, your chance to win some tickets to a game this season in the Cells NBL. So the Panthers advance the ball. 4.7 showing on the clock here in stadium, and a late chance for the Panthers to score. They've had a hot start to this game. Speaking of hot, Tushal Singh, oh, he's been met by Greensall, somehow got it back and drained it.
Well, excellent defense by Greensall, but I love the stick-to-itiveness of Tushal Singh. Take a look at the beautiful left-hand lay by Jaden Bazant earlier in that one, and then we get the buzzer beater from Singh, who has come out firing in the first half of Rapid League.
He's got 11.
Are you kidding me? He is putting it together. 11 points already.
Well, this is the excitement of the Indian Panthers. We know the narrative. We know that a lot of their players coming in were going to come in late. Mind you, there's a lot of other teams with players coming in late as well. But it just seems every week with the Panthers we're seeing some new faces. And one new face tonight is Tushal Singh. That 9 points will in fact be 11. What a start for him. Yeah, they missed their opening bucket. We'll have a chat to the statisticians to make sure that he gets that bucket they zoom. Zach DePooney, 6 rebounds at the half. We're going to get through that high that he has for the season. Cooper Lepo with 1 assist. Mario Greensall with 2. And then the 1 block for Mario Greensall at the end of the quarter there. As this Tauranga Whai squad trying to work their way back in, but it's been too much. Tushal Singh, 8-point lead, and that the 11 points is on there now. They've sussed it out. He is 5 for 7 from the field, 2 rebounds, and a plus-minus of 13. Pretty good. Pretty good. What is up, Tushal Singh? All of the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. It's another busy few days in the Cells NBL and Sky Broadband Rapid League. Last night, by the way, how about that for a game in the Cells NBL? Nuggets 108 defeated the Jets 104. I think the Jets at one stage were up by about 14 in that second half. What a finish by the Nuggets. And young Freeman. Freeman comes off, hits some big shots, grabs some big boards. I mean, growing up down south, you get ice water in them veins. It's about taking your moments, though, taking your chances, isn't it? And he certainly did that. Fantastic contest. As the Nuggets get up by 4 at home. 2-2 on the season. Jets also 2-2. Second half about to start. Third quarter here at Pulman Arena in South Auckland tonight. Panthers in the orange, Whai in the pink and blue. Panthers lead it by 8. Love the aggressiveness from the Panthers in the first half. Cooper Lepo, Tushal Singh, Zach DePooney really leading the way. Speaking of leading the way, Tushal Singh! Oh, they're singing from the rafters tonight.
Well, that's a nice shot. Created a nice little bit of space with the step back. And then lasers home the triple. 14 points in his rapid debut.
On fire. Round and round we go inside. And there's a foul call. So that's going to put Harlan Roden to the line, the Chemist Warehouse.
Look at that step back. Jet Thompson thinking drive. Tushar Singh thinking drain that net.
6 of 8 shooting for Tushar Singh. And as you said, Case, 14 points already.
And what a start. I'd be lying if I didn't have, once the Indian Panthers franchise was announced, I'd be lying if I did not have a lot of questions that came to me about the quality of player that we would be seeing when the Indian squad got its full contingent of players. You know, not the highest ranked team FIBA internationally, have obviously just started the INBL Pro League over there, but just come to the games, see the team that they put on the floor when they're finally full strength, and allow yourself to be impressed, because it is going to be surprising to many a basketball pundit who's not familiar.
Jet Thompson, late foul called there, no doubt about the contact. Marikatia.
I mean, I think the contact came down after the pass had come out. It had about 2 dribbles, but Marikatia definitely went for that up fake and gets himself pinged with the whistle because of it.
Defy needing a basket here, down by 10. Roden, he's taken one too many steps there, lifted that pivot foot.
A good aggressive drive, but a little predetermined. Didn't read the defense so much as decide what he wanted to get done there, and because of that, caught himself up the river without a paddle, ends up with the travel.
Other results in the Cells NBL so far in week 3 of Mad March. The Saints defeated the Sharks by plenty 48 hours ago. That was a big win, 39 points the margin.
There's been a couple of big ones. A couple of teams have dropped 122 points. One of them last Sunday did it on this court. The Manawatu Jets dropped 122 on the Panthers.
Been some close games as well. The Phi earlier this week defeated the Tuatara 78-76. Travel called there on Tapuni, and that was another thriller, wasn't it? The Phi getting home. They've had a 3-1 start to the season, Case, in the Cells NBL.
They've taken advantage. Nice push up the court. And nice block by Tapuni. Singh gets a hell of it. But this is a very well-prepared team. Matt Lacey, Doug Courtney with the Rapid League squad, Alex Stojkovic is the general manager. They do an excellent job of getting this team prepared, getting this team to buy in on the plan as well. And early in the season, I think they've done a good job of that as anyone in the competition.
Tapuni trying to play like a guard, came unstuck.
Nice talk by Singh in transition there, communicating with switches.
Denhambrook loves a 3. Lepo with the rebound.
Denhambrook has been plying his trade 3x3 in Vietnam for the last 6 weeks.
He's a handy 3x3 player.
I'm expecting a big year from Denhambrook this year. I was playing with him quite a bit in this offseason summer league on the North Shore, as we see Cooper Lepo with a strong drive to the cup. But Denhambrook, I think he's finally grown into the confidence in the abilities he's had the whole time.
I must say, we are both big fans of Denhambrook. He got a late call-up last season. It was actually surprising, wasn't it, that he didn't get a contract at the start of the season, but when he was called up to the Phi, he came in and he was a handy addition.
It was huge for them in their chase into the finals. They ended up equal on wins, but missing out on points percentage. Looking to go one better this year.
Thompson, like a jet, fouled underneath.
Kilamete
off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Is just a little aggressive on that challenge. Jet Thompson was just not in a great position to get a finish there. It was going to be really difficult. Kilamete, though, couldn't keep his hand out of the cookie jar. So he ends up sending Jet Thompson to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 2.
Some of the other stats. Panthers shooting at 52%, Phi at 31%. Rebound count on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. Panthers leading 18-6.
That's called the Tapuni factor. You're sending multiple guys to try and keep him off the glass. That is tripling up rebounds in 7 minutes is pretty insane.
Big 3-point effort from Lepo. Margin of 10, 90
nice
seconds to
find.
play, and another block for Tapuni. Picked it so well. And back the other way, Denham Brooks slaps it against the glass.
Whatever you can do to Tapuni, I can do better.
End-to-end stuff. Third quarter, dying seconds.
That's nice offense. That's really nice movement. Everybody just connected on the string, the drive, the kick out. Denham Brooks' second drive, the respacing by Xander Marsters to make himself available and nail that deep ball.
Big basket it was too for Masters. Tapuni's going to fire away at the other end. Masters rebound. Boucher now. Margin at 7. A late basket here. Maybe another 3 would be handy for the Phi.
Not bad. The quick shot gives them the 2-for-1 opportunity. Let's see with the Panthers if they take their time or they go quick as well.
They haven't really got it into the hands of Singh the last couple of minutes. Kalamete just bumped off it by Boucher.
Foul called on Jaden Boucher, so that'll reset the clock to 14, which will take us about halfway through the 29 seconds left here in the first half. The Panthers building nicely on this lead from quarter time. Pretty well in control, but the Phi, only a couple of threes, but getting right back in it.
Well, if I can pass on any sort of advice for what it's worth, when you've got a guy that's hit 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting, find a way to get it in his hands, Case.
Well, this is the flurry of youth. You know, the unfortunateness as Stephen Paya drains the triple.
Big 3 for Paya. He's hit a couple of those so far tonight. Margin back out to 10. Jet Thompson.
Right back at you. 2 seconds left. No player timeout called, so the Panthers give away an opportunity.
That'll do us after 3. Entertaining game in the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Panthers lead 31-24. They have led the whole way, bar the start. Phi led by a point at one stage. The Panthers got it out by as much as 12. And we've still got 4 minutes to play. Lots of stars starting to shine through on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet, Case.
Yeah, nice job by the Indian Panthers shooting the basketball. 56% from inside the arc. 9 of 16 compared to 4 of 12 for the Phi. Both teams, 3 of 10 from deep. Just one trip to the Chemist Warehouse for the Panthers, 4 out of 5 for the Phi. The rebounds, the big difference in this ball game, though. A 20-9 advantage after 3 quarters. And that has really changed the possession game. The Panthers a little loose with the basketball, 5 turnovers, but looking at the personal stats, 14 for Tushal Singh, 8 for Jen Thompson. Those are your leading scorers. Zach Tapuni still on 7 rebounds, but that's still mighty impressive. 3 rebounds for Jaden Boucher leading the Phi, and 2 assists apiece for Cooper Lepo and Denham Brook.
Well, if history tells us anything, Casey, on the season so far, the Phi are going to storm home here. And the Panthers are going to win by 1 point. If you're wondering what we're talking about, the Panthers have had 2 wins from their 3 games in Rapid League so far, and they've won both of them by a single point.
Well, that was the first quarter that the Phi have won in tonight's game. They won it 9-8. So they're taking steps in the right direction to make that happen.
Here's the Phi captain, Jaden Bazant. Good hand in there by Paya. I think it's going to end up with the Phi, though.
Jaden Bazant actually had Paya beaten to the cup. Instead went for the fadeaway. That actually gave the defender a chance to recover and knock that ball away.
Thompson and Boucher working together, creating his own space. Jet Thompson well off. And
nice
now
pass.
The Panthers go running one end to the other. Lumatia, the target, surrounded inside. Somehow sent it back to Lepo on the runner. Can't finish.
Unfortunate there. Just not in great possession to score that basketball and couldn't take advantage of the kick out of the closeout that was being happening.
Here's Bazant. Screen set by Boucher. Pull up at the Chemist Warehouse. Down it goes.
Pretty as a picture. Just finds the space. Probably a little hesitant taking that jump shot as Paya gets double teamed at half court.
Well, they get away with it there, the Panthers. Lepo, that's come off the hand of Thompson.
Lepo makes the right move. Nice penetration after the catch. Has that 2-on-1 opportunity, but just needs to come to a jump stop, bounce past that. That'll be an assist. Instead, with the little shovel pass, gets deflected as we take a look at Jaden Bazant's beautiful mid-range jump shot. Step up, I lay you. Step back, I hit that jump shot. And he hits the mid-range.
He's done that a few times over the years.
Once or twice. Once or twice.
Long way to go in this game still. Can the Panthers respond here? Pyatt from the corner for three. That one is off. Brook with the rebound. They got runners here. Off they go, the fight. On the trail, Denham, Brook. Tuchel is back out there. Good rebound. And he's got a bit of speed about him as well.
He steps out there. He's got the ball in hand. And if I'm him, I'm not passing it either, because you have been passing it to me.
Tuchel Singh. Oh, that one was halfway down as well. 14 points for him tonight on debut.
Good push, Jet Thompson. Good kick on by Zander Marsters. And the result is Rodan's bucket.
Greensall was well set, wasn't he? And we're back to two. Singh keeps it in. Threads a needle to Puni. Nowhere to go. Gets after it himself. He may be called for the foul here over the top, though, Zach Tapuni.
I'm not a big fan of that call. Just because he's so much bigger than everybody, you actually can reach over people and grab the basketball.
I'm with you. Yep, I'm with you. I think we'll see it on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay right here.
Nice little pass there in the pocket by Singh. Take another look, see if the foul's here.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, to me that looks like a good effort by Tapuni, but sometimes you get a whistle just for being big.
I did say the Fire were going to storm home here.
Your prediction skills have occasionally been on point.
Can take the lead here. A miss. Loose ball. Boucher getting after it. Matakatia hassling him. 90 seconds to play. A thriller. Missed shot. Opportunity. No, Xander Masters gets back and picks it off. And they come again, the Fire. Greensall, rebound, Masters. And just a little body there from Steve Pyatt, not a lot in it.
Well, I mean, there's not too many things about Stephen Pyatt that are little. He's got some good thickness. That's easy to witness. And you see, that's not really a foul on him. It's just the fact that, once again, he's got such a mass advantage that when Marsters tries to throw his body in there, that's like a willow reed coming up against an oak. Not a lot of good luck in that one.
1:14 to play. Sal's NBL game tonight, still to come. Panthers in the fight. Good setup here by the Fire. Deep two. Xander Masters, down it goes. He's in some form.
Fundamental basketball ties it up. Xander Masters comes through, little up fake, the mid-range game, which is not dead, regardless of what analytics is telling you.
31 apiece. Lepo, one side to the other. Oh, Matakatia stepped out of court there.
Not a bad idea. He could have had Singh on the instant kick ahead. But when he catches and drives, he does what so many young players do and takes that step backwards first. And you're taking that step backwards, not only are you in danger of stepping out of bounds and getting a turnover, but you're slowing down your drive as well.
Chance to lead for the Fire. Chance to snatch the win. Panthers have been on top for so long. Here he is again. Jaden Bazant, a miss. Tapuni, a rebound again. They're on the outlet. Matakatia spinning and twisting, draws contact, and he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse.
A little bit of seagull by Matakatia, but a nice job to get out in front, make himself available. The outlet by Zach Tapuni gets ahead, and then take a look at this beautiful spin move by Matakatia. Just using his size and that spin move to really create advantage coming to the bucket. The Fire have no choice but to foul him. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse and finally gets a bucket, the first bucket of the, first point, I should say, of the quarter for the Panthers. They had been scoreless in the first 3:15 of the fourth.
It's been a 7-1 run. Dante Matakatia hits the second, so the Panthers back out by 2. Both teams have their BNZ player timeout. Bazant on a charge. Masters in the corner. That is well short. Not often you'll see Xander Masters miss by that much.
Look at Jaden Bazant hustling the first one to the floor. It's a bit wet underneath. See if that affects this drive.
Now he's going to get an open three. And they get after it again. Boucher keeps it in.
Well,
Bazant.
Last possession they wanted, but they go quick.
Brook. He can't finish. That's come off Matakatia, and the Phi get it back.
Well, it's got to be a player timeout here, I think, to discuss things. And they do. They do call the player timeout. Jet Thompson on the baseline gives it a call. Down to 7 seconds. And you can scan that QR code if you want a chance to see this action in person. But me, if I'm down 7 seconds on the road.
Now, under the rules of the BNZ player timeout, because it was a baseline ball, it comes in from the baseline. So that's why we're seeing it down low for the Phi. And in they come. Dying seconds. Can they tie it up? Can they get the win? Will they go for the win?
Oh, I thought he was going to shoot it. Instead, he gives it up.
Oh, so close for Xander Masters. That was the chance to win it. And I did say, expect the Panthers to win by 1. Guess what? They've won by 2.
Well, really nice set. Unselfish play by Jaden Bazant there, letting the play develop and getting a nice look for Marsters. Jaden Bazant had the same look. And we're saying time is up. That's it. Game is over, 33-31. And that is the finish. Xander Marsters has the opportunity for the victory if he could hit that jump shot. But
third win of the season in the Rapid League as well for the 3-1 for the Panthers. Here's the final stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse.
Tushal Singh, 14 points, lighting it up in that first half. Jet Thompson had 8 in the first half as well. Xander Marsters gets it done, but couldn't get the most important one. 8 rebounds for Zach Tapuni. Slowed down considerably after the opening quarter. And look at the assists for the unselfish Phi. Getting a lot of them out there. 2 assists for Brook and Cooper Lepeau as the leaders. And Zach Tapuni does it on the defensive end. 2 blocks for him, matching the output of Devin Brook. And Co. steals, 3 apiece for Rodan, Marsters, and Bazant.
What about that man there wearing the number 7 for Orange? First time we've seen him. Tushal Singh.
Nice to see some aggressiveness. Sometimes it takes a little while for a player to get aggressive, but no time at all needed for Tushal. He's coming out looking very comfortable. Wait to see what happens in the Sal's NBL a little later this evening.
So that's still ahead of us. First game is down. Sky Broadband Rapid League. Sean Bairstow warming up for the Phi. The Panthers get the opening shot tonight. They take the win, 33-31, their 3rd win of the Rapid League season, as we now look forward to the Sal's NBL. That's coming up local time here in New Zealand at 7:30 p.m. Make sure you rejoin us at Pulman Arena for that one. The Panthers against the Phi. Kia ora everyone, no mai, hara mai, hello and welcome to Pulman Arena in South Auckland. It is week 3 of Mad March NZNBL. Great to have you with us. Welcome to the jungle, the home of the Indian Panthers tonight. They take on the Tauranga Whai. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me, 4 times Sal's NBL champion, more than 100 games for the New Zealand Tall Blacks, as always. Great to catch up with him. Casey Frank, good evening, mate.
It is a pleasure to be here. My second trip down to the jungle to see the Panthers take on, and they're hopeful that they're going to have a better performance, and I think they might have a little hope because of that player I saw in the Rapid League, Tushal Singh.
Yeah, new player into the team tonight, Tushal Singh, off a plane into the team. Sky Broadband Rapid League earlier tonight. It was win number 3 for the Panthers. They got home over the Whai by 2. Mixandpick.com, who's going to win this game? Fun and free. There's the QR code on screen as the drums get a good beating going on behind us here in the commentary position. Just 10% going for the Panthers tonight.
Well, I got to say, 10% is probably a little hopeful. If 1 out of 10 people know it's going to happen. I'm questioning the 16 plus. That could be right where it does. Obviously, the Panthers are behind the 8 ball, but they are improving game by game as we take a look at the ladder. The Hawks at the top with the Whai, surprising. I think of many of the pundits as top 3 teams, 3-1 each. The Saints, the Rams, and the Airs all tied at 2-1 make up the top 6. The Jets had a little bit of a slip-up last night that allowed the Otago Nuggets to pull even with them in 7th position. Sharks, Giants, Tuatara. Giants, Tuatara, Panthers, all yet to get a win in the Sal's NBL 25 season.
Yeah, Giants also in action tonight at home. They take on the Bulls. There's the game right there. That one being played alongside ours, the Airs and the Hawks tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, the Sharks and the Jets on the Southern Swing. The Jets, as you said, a close one last night. What a comeback that was by the Nuggets. They got home by 4 over the Jets. Rams and the Saints coming up Sunday afternoon. That game also live and free on Sky Open here in New Zealand. What a matchup that'll be.
It's gonna be a barn burner. The Rams playing some great basketball after they initially lost to this Whai team in their opener, and the Saints looks like they got their offense right against the Southland Shark squad earlier this week. Sunday
night game, by the way, in Auckland. The Tuatara up against the Giants. Let's have a look at the starters tonight. For the Tauranga Whai, the Northern Group Whai, Jones, Pero Hunt, Bairstow, Zana, and Hopoi. I like this lineup. Very, very good defensively, Casey. Still sorting out their offense.
The offense has high heights, but Chris Jones and Cruz Pero Hunt both have scored over 25 in half their games. In the other games, the efficiency drops. If they can get that consistency, they'll be a much better offensive team.
Well, Cruz Pero Hunt has had a good start to the season, 17 points a game. You had the chance to catch up with him a short time ago. Here's Cruz Pero Hunt.
Cruz coming into tonight's game up against the Panthers squad that may be a little difficult to scout, but when you look at them, what are you hoping to take away from to make it a little bit easier to get the victory tonight?
Yeah, I think they're a mix of new faces. Obviously, a few people coming in and out, and so we don't really have a scout per se. Kind of just focus on ourselves, try to get our offense right, but obviously stop them in their transition game. They allow a lot of points, like we've talked about, and just hopefully get the dub from a lot of our experiences and continuity with our team. So yeah.
Speaking of getting the offense right, coming up against the team that plays gives up the most points in the competition, if things go perfectly well tonight, what does a great offense for the Whai look like?
Yeah, I think a lot of transition buckets. I think we're at our best when we're moving the ball and getting stops and running, and so I think that's going to be a big piece in our offense this game, and so hopefully we can execute that.
He's a sharpshooter, isn't he, Cruz Pero Hunt? Keep an eye on him tonight. The Indian Panthers, let's have a look at how they'll start this evening. This is a rapidly changing team. Another 3 players flying into the country over the next 48 hours. There's the import star point guard, Alex Robinson, Jalen Durand, Sajin Matthew, Leon Henry, and Aaron Blesson, the starting 5.
I love Alex Robinson. He's just a fantastic point guard. If he had a few more weapons around him, he'd be really impressive. Aaron Blesson plays with a lot of power and strength. And Leon Henry, found in the youth, baby. Still got it out there. and been impressive to watch him in his will be an abbreviated comeback.
Well, it hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but my understanding is interim head coach Jono Goodman will actually take the reins for the full season. You chatted to him earlier tonight, Casey Frank. Here's the coach of the Panthers, Jonathan Goodman.
Coach, coming into today's game, you've got a little bit more help. A few more recruits are coming slowly but surely. Can we expect a little playing time, and can you introduce us to the freshest face?
Yeah, Tushal Singh, he won a championship with the Gujarat Stallions in the INBL Pro, and he can shoot the ball. He's a streaky shooter, gets on the rim, and he's a great defender.
I can't wait to see him implemented in the team. And as he comes up against this FI squad who's struggling a little bit offensively, what can the Panthers do to keep them down in that 70-point range and make it a little bit easier to try and chase a win?
I think just keep them out of the paint. Like, they do a good job of getting their feet in the paint and then kicking the ball out. If we can guard the paint and look after what we can do, then we should be in good shape.
There's the coach of the Panthers having a chat with Aaron Blesson, Morgan Maskell, the assistant coach, as they get the Panthers up for this game. Still searching for their first win of the season in the Sal's NBL, doing really well in the Rapid League. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one, Casey, and a little bit of form there, some points per game. I'm interested in line number 3.
Yeah, that's the one that gets a little bit of an ugly face from me. 113.7 points per game against 73 for the Phi. Something's got to give tonight. Is the Tauranga Whai offense going to get right, or the Panthers going to find a little bit of activity on the defensive end? I love that key clash, and a real clash of styles between Alex Robinson and Chris Jones. Alex Robinson is very light of foot, light with the body. Chris Jones is a powerhouse. He's a little tank sitting at about 5'9". One of the few times Alex Robinson's going to have that height advantage. Thunder and lightning, who's going to come out on top?
Oh, I like that on a Friday night. It is the best defense in the competition up against the worst defense in the competition. So that'll be an ongoing story throughout this one. Bartercard officials are in the house. There they are. Brad Clive, Mikey Graham, and Sam McVadzine. They have the whistles tonight. 10% of the viewers going with the Panthers to win this one. The rest of the crew at home have had their say, and they are with the Phi. Mad March, week number 3. Panthers up against the Phi. In fact, the Phi have just gone up another percent, so only 9% with the Panthers tonight. Some of the names that they've announced incoming over the next few days, a big 7-footer. Shengzi Li, I think, is the name. Big 7-footer out of China. Principal Singh out of India. He's got some NBA G League experience as well. And at least 1 or 2 more to come in over the next 48 hours as well. So it's a team that's going to continue to evolve.
I don't know, this might be our smallest ball deliverer we've had yet. She's freaked out. She dropped the ball and ran over on the sideline.
You didn't see that on screen, but that was right beside us. We do have the fans that deliver the molten ball out before games, and the young Indian fan, little girl I think it was, she just stood at the sideline and threw it out and ran the other way. So
good choice. Take a look at this crew. I'm going to go the other direction.
Just about set for a start. What are your thoughts here, Casey?
Well, it's going to be about pace. The Phi, if you force them into the half court, that's not when they're at their best. If the Phi can get out and run, if the Panthers are missing shots and that leads to instant offense for the Phi, it's going to be a long night for the Panthers.
Interesting matchup for the jump. Carter Horpoy, who stands at about 6'7", 6'8", up against the 5'9" Alex Robinson.
This is what happened. It went from height on down. Started with Leon, who said, I'm not jumping. Went all the way down and got to Alex Robinson. I think he might sneak it.
Well, he had a good crack at it there, didn't he? Brad Clive has a smile.
Oh, he's right there. Aaron Blesson almost gets to it. I like the effort. There's a lot to like about Alex Robinson. I really appreciate the passion and joy he plays the game of basketball with. And I think it's gonna inspire some surprises in the second half of the season for the Panthers.
Yeah, joy's a really good word. Opening shot, Chris Jones drains the 3. The Fire on the board.
Well, Chris Jones hasn't been shooting the ball great, but he shot it with confidence on that one. And he's out here to harass Alex Robinson. Let's see if it works for him.
Robinson sends it out to Leon Henry. Deep corner 3. Not too far away for Leon. Chris Jones up quickly, and the Fire on the attack.
Yeah, they want to get in transition. They want to push with pace. And Chris Jones is getting into that action early.
Gets that little runner Can't put it away, gets it back.
Leon Henry unable to corral it. Back to the three-point line for Jones, 2 for 2.
Bang, bang.
Getting off to a great start, and not really what happens to the Panthers most of the time. They normally get out quick, and they get railed back in, but this time around, it is the Phi showing their wares early.
Hot start for the visitors here in Auckland tonight. Blesson underneath. Henry sends it out. Robinson. Shot clock at 7. Well, I tell you what, that's a good sign for Alex Robinson because he's shooting the 3 ball this season at 8%.
Yeah, the 8% I think is a product of the hospital passes he's getting at the end of possessions. He has to put up a lot of shots. Nobody's creating open looks for him as we see Carter Hoipoy. Did he foul down low between Talib Zana and Jalen Durand?
And they're just having a chat about it as well.
Mr. Zana, meet Mr. Durand as we take a look at the Chris Jones shot that went in. Taking another look at Alex Robinson from deep. That's from about 25. It did not matter as Leon Henry took a trip.
Well, we saw Alex Robinson in this gym before anyone else here this afternoon, and he just loves having the Molten in his hands.
He really does. He's a hooper, man. You can tell the hoopers. It's a lot of basketball players play professional basketball, but there's hoopers who just love the game, want to be around it. And Carter Hoipoy might be one of those. He wanted the shot in the corner, was confident of that one. The foul gets called. Next touch, drain it. 3 for 3 from 3. What are the Phi up to?
Well, we've only had 3s to open this game. 3 for the Phi, 1 for the Panthers. And here goes Robinson from downtown again. We see you, man. We see you. Wow.
Alex Robinson, he just a joy. He's a joyful player, man. He's playing with a lot of fun. 9-6. Nothing but tray balls out there. Alex Robinson get the steal, too. Keep it going. Comes in transition. Can he hit the fadeaway? Why not?
Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Here to hoop, baby. Here to hoop. I dig it, man. I really do dig it. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Well, after he hit that second big 3, he was up for a chat with you and I, Casey.
Why not? How about this Phi squad hitting 3 triples already? They're only shooting 27% on the year as a squad.
Zana misses inside. Blesson comes up with it, stepping around off the glass, and the Panthers have the lead.
How quickly the momentum be shifted. The tectonic plates are not solid. Here at Pulman Arena, the Panthers have stormed back. Alex Robinson with 8. Aaron Blesson with that final 2. Take another look at this one. You like deep? I like it deeper. He shot that from Central Auckland.
And there's the steal. And here's the finish. Look at that. Just stepping back over Hoipoy.
And these are the kind of things that you mentioned. He was just here. I think we got here about 4:30. Trying to avoid the traffic, and we did. We avoided it really well. But he was here by himself, running up and down, just all manner of shots going up, seeing what I can do with this one with the left hand, with this one on the runner, just enjoying himself, enjoying the time playing basketball. You know, he seems like a guy that's going to be a coach one day. You see a guy play like that, that's the kind of guy you want your kids to play for eventually. Somebody who's got joy, passion for the game, and just wants to be around it.
Panthers out by 1 inside the opening 3 minutes of this one. All the score for the Phi coming from beyond the arc. And a really good contest and a really good fight back by the Indian Panthers.
Well, the question for me is, are the Phi going to stick with this perimeter-based approach? They have the advantage on the interior. Do they want to get some touches to Zana and Hoipoy on the interior? They've already got 3 triples. They average 8.5 per game. So at some point, things are going to come back to the mean. And that jump shot might have abandoned him. Not yet, though. Hands in the ball in the hands of Sean Bairstow. I'd like to see him get a little bit aggressive. Still a young player for an import. But I think he's got a capable of a bit more for this Phi squad.
Hoipoy! Oh.
Nice play led up out of the timeout. Chris Jones really is doing a nice job of finding Carter Hoipoy, who's become a real weapon out of the pick and roll on his way to the bucket.
Yeah, he's such a fun young man to watch, isn't he, Carter Hoipoy? Here's Robinson leading the Phi on a merry dance right now. Step back. That one away to the left. Matthew gets it to go again to Durand. Over the top.
What?
Timber!
What?
How did that go in?
What? That ball had eyes. I thought he chucked that off the backboard. Somehow it gets in.
Durand adds 2, as unlikely as it was. Blesson called for the foul underneath. Jones off to the Chemist Warehouse. I want to see this again.
Jalen Duran just willing that basketball into the cup. Refusing to be denied. Look, doesn't have an angle. Just what?
Come on.
That's awesome. That's a C9 basketball. Somehow gets around.
Chris Jones, Chemist Warehouse stripe. Can't put it in. Don't forget this year, every made free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, Chemist Warehouse will make a donation to Hoops in Parks and Hoops in Schools, raising big funds to get those hoops out there for the community. Yeah. What a wonderful initiative.
Partnered with BB&Z for that Hoops in Schools program. Oh, Talib Zana gets a second whistle. Leon Henry gives up the offensive rebound and pays the price. And we get another chance at the Chemist Warehouse. Every single free throw made all season long adds to that kitty. Details to come.
Does Chris Jones know about that initiative? Because he just missed 2. Come on, man.
Yeah, he, you know, are you accusing Chris Jones of not doing it for the kids?
Well, come on, Chris.
I think he's here for the kids. He's here for he's here to make sure that the kids get hoops in schools. Hey, keep track of it. There's going to be some reveals about how that program's going to be working.
Love it, love it. Well, Talib Zana has fixed things up. He's nailed a couple from the stripe, and the Phi lead by 1.
Look at the drive there by Singh.
He was really good in the Rapid League earlier tonight. Tishal Singh, 14 points for him. Blesson there trying to finish off the glass. Bairstow up quickly. Oh, good hands from Leon Henry.
Got some numbers on the fast break opportunity.
And here they go, Robinson.
Shifty.
Man, the handles of Alex Robinson, he is hard to stop.
He is so
and
shifty, man.
Nearly scores.
I mean, that's tough. Cruz Pro Hunt's a solid defender, but you're on an island against a guard like that. It's just tough. Look at, he is just such a fun player to watch in person. Look at the angle. He's almost out of bounds. Was able to come back in and get to the cup.
I was watching Talib Zana in the key there. Do I help? Do I stay? Do I help? Do I stay? What's going on?
He's got that ball on the string. It's tough to figure out. Alex Robinson, he's all about the Hoops and Schools program.
He's had a good start tonight. 9 points for him, averaging 23 a game so far this season. Also 8 rebounds and 7 assists, so he gets amongst it all.
Well, hasn't, in his professional career, I wouldn't say that he's been touted as a scorer per se, more of a facilitator. But he's taken that scoring role on his shoulders with the personnel he's got around him. And I think as the season goes on, we'll see more of his ability to create for his teammates.
So Panthers by 1. Pero Hunt gives it up to Denham Brook. He's short from that corner. And the Panthers are definitely playing up-tempo right now. There's a collision. It's going to be an offensive foul on Leon Henry.
Oh, that's tough for Leon Henry. That's they sort of got tied up there. Chris Jones looks like he's got a little something. Let's take another look at it. See exactly.
Oh, he's just come across with that left arm, hasn't he?
He had the arm out, and what happens when you can't see it from that angle, we saw it perfectly from our angle, Justin, was his arm just got locked in the corner there. And so when Chris Jones went to make his move, he essentially fouled himself. But because that Leon Henry didn't have his arms tight in, that enabled Chris Jones to lock him up.
So an offensive foul on Leon Henry, who takes a break. Bairstow on the drive, can't finish. Zach Tapuni is out there, and he's a big man on the glass, Zach Tapuni.
Unsurprisingly, gets the first rebound of his time in the game.
He's the leading rebounder in the Rapid League. Jalen Duran from the corner.
This is the best I've seen the Panthers play early games. They look more connected. They look in better shape, and not surprisingly, that's what happens when you finally get a bit of time together.
Hopoi sends it out to Pero Hunt. Good hand in there from Robinson. It's going to end up with Bairstow for 3, and that is well short.
He's just not shooting the ball with confidence. You can see the second that left his hand, he was almost already pulling it back. He just needs to let that sucker fly. Whoa, look at that dive!
Hot pass inside. Robinson for Tapuni.
Man, keep your head on the swivel if you're rolling around Alex Robinson.
Bairstow off the glass. That's better.
Well, he's confident doing that. And you can see he's getting himself fired up. Upset about the first miss, but he needs to keep that aggression. Still a young player, but he has to have that mindset as an import.
Robinson to Durand. They team up again.
Well, that Chris Jones, I think, is looking back at the coaching staff saying, what's the scouting report on this guy? Because it can't be the layoff. That's back-to-back triples for Durand.
Well, when Jalen Durand gets going as well, it's a delight to see. Little 1-2 punch inside between Denham Brook and Sean Bairstow.
Unselfish play by Brook there, giving it up to Bairstow, helping get his confidence up. 4 points for Bairstow now.
Blesson on Denham Brook. Just created some space, got deep enough and got the contact down the arm.
Yeah, I think he just does a nice job of displacing Denham Brook with his strength. You know, he's got those wide shoulders, big body. Just has a bit more bone marrow than does Denham Brook.
What I love about the Panthers tonight, I saw them here last Sunday, you saw them here last Friday, and it does come from spending time together, but just up-tempo. They've come out with a real purpose tonight to get out and run.
Well, I think they probably just have enough time together and enough miles on the legs now to be able to do that with a bit of consistency. It's still going to be tough when you get to the fourth quarter. That's when those full preseason conditioning programs are going to come in to effect for the Phi.
And that has been their weakness so far in their opening 3 games. It's not the first 15 minutes, it's the last 15 minutes.
They've been great in opening quarters. And we did see them a week ago against the Franklin Bulls take a nice comeback down the stretch. But they're going to just have to find that form as the season goes along.
Pero Hunt for 3. Rebound, Boucher. And the Phi reset. Bazant on the run.
Oh,
baseline
nice.
Drive up and under.
Really nice job by Cruz Pero Hunt of working with Jaden Bazant where he's at, making himself available. And a pretty finish on the double pump reverse.
Margin at 3. Durand had it knocked out of his hand, picked up by Brook. Phi looking to respond. Chance to tie it up. Cruz Pero Hunt. Again, they're short.
Second offensive rebound in a row for Jaden Boucher.
And it opens the way for Pero Hunt.
Well,
basket after basket.
I've seen Jaden Bazant come in this game and change the tempo of it a little bit. He's getting more penetration, creating opportunities for his teammates. And that's led to 5 straight Cruz Pero Hunt points.
All tied up. Robinson. Electric in this opening quarter. So too Jalen Durand. Matakatia can't take it in for the Panthers. And the Phi on the attack again. Oh, the idea was right for Denham Brook.
Jaden Boucher's in the right place at the right time as Marsters lets another fly, and the triples are dropping for the Phi early in this one. Remember, averaging 8.5 threes per game. They're already got 6.
So nice work for the Phi. Back in front now, pulling up. Robinson, such a sweet shot, isn't it?
Alex Robinson, more aggressive offensively today than we've seen for them in a bit of time.
He's got 12. Masters looking for back-to-back. That's going to be a Panthers ball. Hope you're enjoying the coverage tonight right around New Zealand on Sky Sport. Also Friday Night Lights on Sky Sport TikTok. And of course, throughout the United States on ESPN. And to all of our friends around the world on FIBA YouTube. There's the Alex Robinson pull-up. 12 points in the opening quarter for the Panthers import point guard. Margin at 1. Matakatia for 3.
Panthers probably need to work that ball around a bit more. Don't want those quick shots every time.
Bairstow without control there, and a turnover.
Yeah, just lost the basketball, then slipped up, and then can't handle the basketball. I think part of the body was on the baseline. Chance for the Panthers to step back out in front.
Panthers shooting at 55%, Phi at 52%. Been an entertaining quarter. Speaking of entertaining, Alex Robinson. He has bamboozled him. Here's Singh. Dumps it inside to Pooney. Great setup by the Panthers.
Well, nice drive and dish by Tushal Singh. Zach Pooney, right place, right time, gets the finish.
Panthers back in front. Bairstow. Inside, outside. Masters, nowhere to go. Finds some space. Can't get around Zach Tapuni.
Nice rebound again. And here's Lomatia in transition.
Pulls up off the glass for 2. Ryan Lumatia.
I'm not sure. It's the shot I would have liked if I was Coach Robinson, but it gets in off the glass. 2, count it, take the 3-point lead.
This might be the Panthers' highest scoring quarter of the season.
I think we're right on the cusp of that one.
Chance at a 3. Bazant. Tushal Singh comes up with it now. Watch this young man go all the way to the hoop. He's been called for the travel one too many steps.
He just needs to dish that one off. If he drops that one off to Marakatia, that's probably a finish for him above the rim. Tushal Singh just gets locked into the drive, tries to get the step through, and unfortunately, he gets charged with happy feet.
Seems like we're saying it every week with the Panthers at the moment, but Tushal Singh, oh, nice block up high, Marakatia. Tushal Singh just off a plane, straight onto the court and representing the Indian Panthers. Down the lane, finishing, or not finishing, I should say, maybe what he should have. Sean Bairstow.
Oh, just almost like he's caught between lines there. Just needs to put that head down. Doesn't have to think about that left or right hand. Just get up there, finish above the rim like he's capable of.
I think you're right. His eyes lit up. Just overthought it in the end. Wild shot at the end, right on the buzzer for Marakatia. And that'll do us. So 1 down tonight here in South Auckland. Sal's NBL and the Indian Panthers searching for their first win of the season. They've got a 3-point lead over the Whai. And with that, Casey, we say hello. Friday Night Lights. We'll just straighten the jackets up. You're right. Hello to everybody on Sky Sport, TikTok, and FIBA YouTube tonight. Hope you're well.
What up, TikTok? What up, YouTube? We can see comments in the TikTok chat. We cannot see comments in FIBA YouTube. So if you got any questions, want to ask anything, toss it in there. We'll see if we can't answer your queries. But what I'm excited to see today, improved Indian Panthers basketball. This is the best quarter I think they've had offensively all season long. And nice to see the energy in the building as well. You
know what I'm enjoying, speaking of energy, I don't know if our cameras can pick this up for our viewers on Sky Sport TikTok and FIBA YouTube. There's a drummer in the house, and the drummer is putting on a bit of a show. As I say that, they've stopped drumming, but anyway.
They're lightly drumming. We see it here from Fluid Micro Wah. Is that Western Australia? I don't know, but they need to slow the ball down. There's the drummer. He's still active. Yeah, it would be good. I think slowing down transition is going to be a key in this game for both teams. If you can get these squads into the half court, they become much less effective.
Now, we're going to come back from a commercial break on Sky Sport in just a moment. So to all of you out there on TikTok and FIBA YouTube, stick with us for halftime. We've got 2 longer breaks at halftime. Get your questions in and we'll have a chat with you. Yeah.
Get in the chat. Come on now. Come on, chat.
Namai Hockey Maya, welcome back to Pulman Arena, South Auckland tonight, the home, the jungle for the Indian Panthers. And how about this, searching for their first win of the season? It's been a hot start. They lead by 3. Casey Frank.
Right there where they need to be once again. They've had a few opportunities this season to play good basketball, and we're seeing a lot of it again today, which is nice to see. The development of this Panthers squad, and I think they've become a little bit more settled in who they want help from on side of the Kiwi. Zach Tapuni, Jalen Duran, and Leon Henry, I think are certainly going to be their mainstays in that respect.
There's this week's Sal's Super Special, the large Fire Island pizza. Get on top of that one.
You know, I was only born not too far from Fire Island. That's about 20 minutes from where I grew up.
Is that a real place, Fire Island?
Fire Island, no, it's out in Long Island, my friend.
There you go.
It's not always been known for pizza. But
it is now.
I'll leave that for Google Chat.
It is now.
Check your Google on what.
Turnover there by the Panthers. Chris Jones comes up with it. He hits the floor, and look at this. The run of the Panthers, 3-on-2. Durand, around 1, around 2. Oh, turns it over on the pass.
Had options next to him, went for the hard one and paid the price.
Jones underneath. Nice little hesitation there.
Man, he's a bulldog, man. That is a low center of gravity. He gets in there, and he knocks back Leon Henry, takes away his shot blocking ability. He gets the finish. Nice job by Chris Jones early.
Opening points of this second quarter to the Northern Group, Tauranga Whai. Here's Robinson. Good work by Jet Thompson trying to stay in front. Durand wide open on the wing. think the Phi dodged a bullet there. You can't give Jalen Duran that much space. Jones puts it up for Hopoi. Wow, that would have been good.
He was up there.
Corner, 3, chance for the Panthers. Lumatia can't finish it. Tapuni with an offensive rebound, just pushing his way through the big man, and he's rewarded.
Well, Zach Tapuni is showing that he has an ability and an affinity to rebound the basketball at this level. Nice, strong performance on the glass, and I like how he just puts his head down, sees that Bairstow's on him, and just says, "Hey, you don't have the mass to keep me from where I want to go." Didn't quite get the finish. Would like to see maybe a hook shot there. Finish with a little less power, but gets the opportunity to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Casey, he's the leading rebounder in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. 9.5 rebounds a game. Now, let's not forget, Rapid League is a 4x4 minute game. It goes for 16 minutes, so nearly 10 rebounds a game in 16 minutes, or less, depending on what he's playing. That's a fair effort.
It's pretty impressive. Look, I remember, I had a coach tell me, Brendan Joyce once upon a time, well, a good rebounder is going to rebound every 4 minutes. Great rebounders get a rebound every 3. And his stats are much better than that.
Much better. Foul there on the Panthers. It's going to send this very talented young rising star here in New Zealand, Carter Hopoi, to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 2.
Recent signing of Valparaiso. Be off to Indiana.
D1.
So Bryce Drew, is my Valpo memory. He had a big shot in March Madness about 25 years ago. That one those stick with you. But I loved watching his game develop over this last year. Last year was a younger player. He had the athleticism, but didn't have the strength or the body control to do things other ways. Well, now what we've seen is a improved ability to shoot the basketball. Jet Thompson, the only one surprised in this building about that foul call.
I was going to say, don't look confused by that, Jet.
When you hit a player who has the basketball, you're going to get a whistle. Jet Thompson, though, he goes from the school that I like. If you foul every time, it can't always get called.
There you go. One of our favourite sayings. Durand.
Oh, look at Talib Zana fighting with Tapuni. Oh, look at that. We're getting a wrestling match down low.
Yeah, there's a bit going on inside, and I'll tell you what, Xana's going to get picked up for this, and look at Zach Tapuni. He goes, I got him. Outsmarted him.
The funny thing about this is a week ago, it was Casey Nwafor that was pulling the trigger out on him and tricking him the same way. This time, Zach Tapuni saying, you know what? I'll pull the trick.
A battle within a battle. Leon Henry puts up the 3. All tied up at 28 apiece. Underneath, Carter Hopoi.
Well, transition defense is going to be the #1 issue for the Panthers. Talib Zana just about lost his footing there, but able to keep possession. Beautiful setup for Hopoi.
And Robinson back the other way.
Did you see that little fin? Rugby fans rejoice about that little fin. Comes in with the left hand, just shoves off the defender, finds some space, gets the layup. Alex Robinson, dominant in this one, scoring rise right now. He is up to 14 points on 5 of 6 shooting. Think of that efficiency. 2 of 2 from inside, 3 of 3 from inside the arc, 2 of 3 from deep.
You mentioned joy before with Alex Robinson. He's just always smiling. Happy to be out there playing basketball. Jet Thompson misses the 3. Rebound, Leon Henry. The 39-year-old, if you don't mind. Storming down the court, the 7-time champ. Left it behind. Zana picks it up. They've got runners. Bairstow gets the 2 and the bonus.
Those live ball turnovers are the last thing that the Panthers want. Leon Henry was trying to get under control, but that's where the lack of practice time with a man who has multiple full-time jobs comes in. And then a nice job by Talib Zana, leading the break, dropping it off at the right time, and creating an opportunity for Sean Bairstow to get his 6th point on the board, and a chance for 7 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And maybe adding to the tally the Chemist Warehouse is donating to the Hoops and Schools program. Hopefully at a school near you. Coming soon.
Talib Zana, since that battle with Zach Tapuni, probably only a minute ago, where he came off second best, he's done a couple of nice things at the offensive end, and there he is again.
Well, it may be one of those things where you're awoken a sleeping beast. Talib Zanna coming off his best game of the season, 15 points, active on the glass, and that's the kind of effort the Phi need from him. They need him to be that big body, to be the chairman of the boards, and just to finish the plays around the rim when he gets the opportunity. He's showing a little bit more outside that skill set right now, taking the ball up the court, finding some teammates there.
Oh, great work. Unfortunate for the Panthers. Durant can't finish, but heads up play. And now Hopoi in the corner for three. Blesson with the rebound. He's got Durand out on the run as well. Does he finish over Jones? Jones did well defensively, maybe just got him down the front.
Well, it's good, tough to be a shot blocker at 5'9". He's giving up a bit of size to Jalen Duran still. I love the effort. I love him getting back. Jalen Duran asking about the first one. Didn't really get a lot of space to land on the first one that got blocked, and I think he's pretty unlucky, is Chris Jones, on that one. Not a ton of contact, but an awkward-looking contest from Jones gives Jalen Duran the benefit of the doubt, sends him to the Kendrick's warehouse.
It's a little bit muggy in here tonight. We've seen the Barnacle officials getting the towels out and wiping the molten ball a couple of times already. I've got to say, Sean Bairstow, if we get a shot of him at any stage, his singlet is absolutely saturated.
Nothing wrong with Sean Bairstow's work rate. Don't worry about that.
Soaking wet at the moment out there, Sean Bairstow. Pero Hunt back into the action. Off to Zanna inside. That's a good setup for the Phi.
Well, he's basically just searching for contact on that one. When he doesn't find it, he gets it up, but he gets it high enough up on the glass that he's able to get the finish from up close.
Basket for basket in this contest tonight. Hope you're enjoying it. Jalen Duran pulls up from the short corner. Down it goes.
Jalen Duran now starting to get hot himself. 11 points now on 4 for 7 from the field. 25 between him and Robinson early.
Tied up yet again. Hopoi. Pero Hunt, little fake there. Up off the glass. Rebound. Henry to Robinson. Had a runner in Blesson. Likes this matchup on Hopoi. And a hand in there by Chris Jones. Nifty stuff at the end there.
Blazingly quick.
There you go. There's the Sean Bairstow singlet. It is soaked.
I hope he's got a spare.
He looks like he's gone off and had a shower. We've got a timeout here to the Panthers. Midway through this second quarter. This has been a fun game, Casey Frank.
Good speed, up-tempo, a little bit of nickel as well, and no one taking a backward step. Take a quick look at the opportunity to win free fuel.
Oh.
You can score your Waitomo Moolah now. Just download that QR code.
Get the app.
And you might just get a little bit of free petty.
You got my attention there as soon as you said free fuel.
You were trying to look at stats and did not realize I said free. Your favorite four-letter word.
It is, you're right. There's the QR code. Download that app. Waitomo have been looking after Kiwis for decades when it comes to fuel, and you got your chance to win some of the free stuff. With thanks to Waitomo. Chemist Warehouse stats. What are they telling us, Casey Frank?
Telling us the Panthers are shooting the ball really well from inside the arc. 8 for 12 at 66% compared to just under 47% for the Phi.
Coming in, by the way, just on that, the Panthers were shooting at 38% before tonight.
The offenses look better. Both teams sub 40% from 3, 5 for 13 at 38 for the Phi, 4 for 13 for the Panthers. But I'm taking a look at the turnovers. 7 for the Panthers. That's ticking up. They've been able to negate it with a 5-rebound advantage on the glass. But they're going to need to keep that possession game even to keep the score set as even as it is now.
Let's not forget, it was a league best defense of the Phi up against a league worst defense of the Panthers coming into this one tonight. A disparity, believe it or not, of 40 points. Robinson with a miss. We're tied up at 34 apiece. Leon Henry with the little touch and go there. Little foul down the arm.
Well, that's a nice defense by Sean Bairstow there. Able to stay in front of Alex Robinson, who's shifty. He's very shifty. And Leon Henry picks up foul number 3, so Zach Tapuni is right back in the ball game.
Going to have a rest, Leon Henry. Great to see him back out there this season, by the way. Age 39.
Still looking pretty good.
7 Sal's NBL championships, 3 Aussie NBL championships. It's a heck of a record. Made the 40 and 40, of course, in the Sal's NBL. Chris Jones with the little floater.
Chris Jones has been nice, active, getting things going. That's his 10th point of the ball game to go with 3 rebounds and 2 assists.
Panthers with a miss. Jones up quickly. Here's Bairstow. Zana. Little bit of a dribble. Oh, gets the friendly roll.
That was a very friendly roll. That looked like it was going to come off pretty hard the other way, but somehow gets hoovered down into the hoop to leave Zana up to 6 points.
And importantly, fight out by 4. Turnover. Pero Hunt. Picked it off nicely. Bairstow off the glass. Zana underneath. Back-to-back baskets for Zana.
Good notes for the basketball. It goes out of the cylinder, goes from one side of the rim to the other. And now the Phi starting to take a little bit of control, turning offense or defense into offense with regularity.
Danger signs here for the Panthers. And a foul called there against the Phi. That's going to be on Zana.
He thinks it's not the foul on him, but that will be his second personal foul. And he's going to shoot off to the bench.
And that will put the Panthers to the Chemist Warehouse in the bonus as well. Let's have another look at it. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
Looks like a foul to me. It just sometimes it doesn't feel like a foul when you're on the train tracks and the train comes through and knocks you off of them. And then, wait a minute. But not in great defensive position. Yes, Blesson makes the contact with the shoulder, but he's got that right to the lane there because he got there first.
Aaron Blesson, 4 points, 4 rebounds tonight. He's a perfect 3 of 3 now as he moves to 5 points from the Chemist Warehouse tonight.
Just laying out the trap, Justin?
And another one down as well.
I like the way Blesson plays. He plays with a lot of energy, has a good, strong frame that he's able to impact activity with.
And he has been in the country for a couple of weeks now, Aaron Blesson, so starting to settle in. Speaking of settling in, Cruz Pero Hunt for 3.
Well, nice screen there by Denham Brook to create that opportunity, and Cruz Pero Hunt just knocks it down.
Blesson for 3. Margin at a dangerous 7. I say dangerous because it hasn't been much bigger than that, and you can make it 9.
Tantalizing when Sean Bairstow makes moves like that. He can really slice and dice through a defense, finishing high off the glass after the big Denham Brook screen up high.
And this is a game-high lead right now. 3.5 to play in this opening half. Robinson trying to get the Panthers going. The scoring has dried up. There's a foul here. That's going to be against Denham Brook. Just running down the lane, and he ran straight into, is it Matakatia out there? It is, yep.
Dante Matakatia sets him up, takes that charge. Denham Brook saying, hey, aren't I entitled to a space to run? Take a look at it. Just look here at the right side of your screen there.
I'm glad you're doing the
sorry,
giggling.
That's Denham Brook is pointing to the officiating crew. And look at the smile on Dante's face. He knows.
It was a big grin, wasn't it? Durand. Gee, the Panthers need something here. Oh, that helps Dante Matakatia. He's smiling at both ends of the floor.
Having fun. Why not?
And now, Pero Hunt. The battle underneath. Blesson up with it. They're on the charge here, the Panthers. Woo. Robinson, welcome to the jungle. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse.
I mean, every time I watch Alex Robinson dribbling, it's the handle, not the frame or the scoring, but the handle. Very Jamal Crawford-like.
Yeah.
That quick side to side. He has the high dribble. He's getting players to commit one direction before he comes back the other. I just really appreciate watching him ply his trade when he's got the ball in hand, and a chance here to cut it back to a 2-possession ball game. Well, a two-possession, 2-point ball game.
First one is good for Alex Robinson. 15 points so far tonight on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet.
Offense is turning over well overall in the first half. Of course, only 12 points here in the second quarter for the Panthers. I think we need to move it around a little bit more in the half court. They're a little ISO heavy at the moment, but defensively is where they need to figure things out, especially in transition.
Bairstow. Bazant to Masters, loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? Oh, Blessing in there. A real headache for the Phi is picked up for the foul. Winners so far in week 3 of Mad March. The Phi defeated the Tuatara by 2. What a thriller. The Saints with a big win over the Sharks by 39. And the Nuggets last night storming home to beat the Jets by 4. Friday night hoops in the Sal's NBL. We've got a good one in South Auckland tonight.
Manapatia with the block. Coming from behind, he is influencing the game on both ends of the court.
Robinson, turnover. I think Bazant may have got a touch on that, and he will end up with it as well.
Unfortunate there. Both Panthers players in the vicinity of the basketball try and regain possession, but that gives Bazant the opportunity to get back. Only 3 seconds to get across the half court.
Yeah, he knew it as well, Alex Robinson. Heads up. Oof. Gets around Bazant, spinning, surrounded by White. Hopoi with a good hand in the end. Robinson goes again. He needs some assistance here. And in the end, he's called for a travel.
I couldn't quite see the feed. I was actually blocked by official Brad Clive who made the call. A lot of contact in that initially.
I'll tell you what let him down, though, there, Casey. He had 4 teammates that had feet in concrete. They needed to move for him, and they just stood and watched. A little bit of a lesson there for the Panthers.
Well, I think that's the conditioning that I think the Panthers are still a little bit behind on. You know, you have to stay active, especially when your guard drives and picks the basketball up. If he hasn't passed it to you yet, especially that guy, it's because you're not open. So get yourself open by moving without the basketball. Excellent point by you, Justin.
Chris Jones on the drive. Bazant loves a 3. Rebound, Robinson. Durand is out running. Basket here would be handy for the Panthers. Blessin, hot pass inside, and Manakatia finishes.
Well, that's why the ball has to get through hands, as we got a timeout to the 5. Because if you don't pass the ball around, the defense doesn't shift. So you have to force that defense to shift by getting that basketball to the other side of the court. I think they might be giving Alex Robinson a little bit of a break here at the end of the quarter. It's going to be Cooper LePau's time to get in there.
Starting to see the confidence of the Indian Panthers build by the week. It's exciting stuff to see. Margin at 4. Another win for the Panthers in the Sky Broadband Rapid League earlier tonight. That's their 3rd win of the season. They are 3-1. And I can tell you right now, Casey, as we speak, in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, the Panthers are up to 3rd position on the ladder.
They are killing it in the Rapid League. I mean, only really hampered by their low points percentage because of the fact that they're winning tight games. Two wins by 1, another win by 2.
Games still to come this week. Giants and Bulls are also playing tonight. You can check that out on the usual channels. Airs and the Hawks tomorrow afternoon. Sharks and the Jets tomorrow night down at ILT Stadium, Southland. First home game of the season for the Sharks. And, gee, that's a desperate one for both of those teams, isn't it? The Jets losing to the Nuggets last night after being 14 points up, and the Sharks with a disastrous game in the capital on Wednesday night. 2 games coming up on Sunday. Rams and the Saints is the Sunday afternoon game. That is also live and free on Sky Open from 3 p.m. New Zealand time. And Sunday night, Tuatara, searching for their first win of the season, Casey, go up against the Giants.
I mean, a bit surprising, but not so surprising when you realize they had a couple players in the championship series and another one up in Japan still. This Cruz Para Hunt finishes strong.
Just over a minute to play. Both teams have their B&Z player timeout available. Let's see if the Panthers can respond here. Robinson, Manakatia, that is well short and off to the left. Missed opportunity there.
Not bad offense. Decent look. This is something that'll come with time for this team, but I'd like to see them just work it a little bit more. offensively. Just swing that ball, get an extra pass, still a lot of time on the shot clock. You don't have to take your first decent look. You want to take your first good look.
Here's Chris Jones. Pero Hunt spinning it off the glass.
There is some more English on these backboards than in one of the pool halls I frequented in my youth.
I don't want to know.
Well, I only started when I was like 4.
Robinson. Matakatia from the corner. And there's a foul from Zach Tapuni there, leaning in over the top. Good box out by Jaden Bazant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to protect the bigs on this one as we're going to take a long walk to shoot at the Chemist Warehouse stripe down the court. But when those guards are boxing out and they're closing that space and pushing you back, bigs are allowed to jump up, and they're entitled to that space. You can't keep on boxing out, but the size of Tapuni and the effort of Jaden Bazant is making it look well.
So some important shots here, Case. Margin at 6. You can see we're under 30 seconds to play. It's been a tight tussle in this first half. Every point is valuable. A chance to put the lead out to 8. And it is. So some late subs here for both teams. 27.5 seconds to play. Keep an eye out for the BNZ player timeouts here. Get your phones ready, because that QR code's going to come up on screen shortly, you would think.
Yeah, I think the Panthers are going to try and get this possession without that, but certainly the Phi will need to get that ball up court with the timeout.
Duran back into the action.
If the Panthers are smart, they won't shoot this until there's 0 on the clock. Anything earlier is going to give the Phi a bit more time than they should have.
Singh, Tapuni wants to send it to the corner. And there's a foul here against Jalen Durand, who has just cannoned into Chris Jones. He's called for the offensive foul. And that's another missed opportunity late in this second quarter for the Panthers.
Well, this is Chris Jones plays at that low center of gravity. And he's doing a good job of deciding when to enforce that center of gravity and when not. Jalen Durand there is expecting one level of force, and he gets another. And because of that, it's a foul on him.
BNZ player timeout has been called. BNZ ticket to the big game. Scan that QR code for your chance to win tickets to the Salsa NBL this season. Up and down the country, your favourite teams. Who do you want to go and see? Get your groups together. School groups, community groups. Love to see the groups come along to games as well. Scan that QR code. Inspiring the next generation of basketballers here in New Zealand. BNZ, ticket to the big game. What a ripper.
The kids there, man. You never know. That might be what inspires them to follow a career path of their own.
Quite a few kids in the house tonight as well, as always in the Salsa NBL. Here we go, out of that BNZ player timeout, the Phi, a late basket. Chance on the go, turnaround, Chris Jones can't convert. And that'll do us to the half. A good contest here tonight. Phi lead it by 8. Lots of stars up and down the court for both teams. And there's not a lot in this contest. Alex Robinson has been an absolute star, 16 points in the opening half. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Well, Alec, fantastic start offensively for the Panthers. What was going right for you guys in that first quarter? You dropped 28 of
honestly, we just wanted to make sure that we kept the intensity that we've had the past few games. Now the challenge for us is in the second half to keep the intensity where we have it now.
Certainly looking like the legs are doing a better job today. Defensively, a lot of transition opportunities. What can the Panthers do to slow down those opportunities that the Fire are getting?
We got to make sure we're doing a terrible time on the glass. I have a couple turnovers myself that were unforced. So just cutting off our turnovers and making sure they don't get these second chance points, I think we'll be right back in the game.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half. And I've got Chris Jones here as well, who has come out and came out shooting the ball very well. Chris, what was going right for the Phi early when they were getting all those triples open looks?
Just running our offense, playing our game, sticking to what we do the best. you know, we come out on defense, you know, we get what we want in transition. So all we got to do is keep pushing, we get what we want. Keep going, we wear them down.
And then defensively, the Panthers getting a little bit of freedom today. What can you do to slow down the attack that's led by Robinson and Duran?
We have to get in our jams better. Tie those guys out. We did it towards the end of the half. So just continue that in the second half, and we should be good.
Appreciate it, Tom. Good luck at the second.
Good contest tonight between Alex Robinson and Chris Jones, and a good game unfolding between the Panthers and the Phi. The visitors lead it by 8 at the half. Chemist Warehouse stats not too far away. And with that, Casey Frank, as you rejoin us here at the half, hello to everybody on TikTok and also FIBA YouTube. Wherever you may be watching around the world, leave us some messages, say hello. We've got a couple of longer commercial breaks now to have a chat with everyone. Yeah.
We see Girl Bard, 11, share the ball, Robinson. Don't know if I agree. Robinson, keep shooting that rock. You are carrying this offense. I think as the players around him develop, I would like to see the ball move a little bit more, but he's got to carry that offensive load on his shoulders.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's going at 24 points a game this season, and I think we talked about it late in that second quarter. When he does attract that defense, Casey, the others need to move around and get to those open spaces.
Yeah, I think it is more about movement. They have to realize what type of player he is. He's a facilitator. If you're static, as you mentioned during the game, feet stuck in concrete, that's not going to create the opportunities that are there. All those drives, everybody's watching Alex Robinson. If you're moving without the basketball, I guarantee he's going to hook you up with a couple of buckets.
One of the things I love about our viewers on TikTok and FIBA YouTube is when they let us know where they are around the world. So for those watching in, leave us a message. Tell us where you're from.
Well, we've got some To'ihi basketball from the area. Also had a little bit to do with the Indian Panthers.
Okay.
Mel Bennett watching from Hawaii. Hope
from where?
Nice. She's Hawaii tongues.
What? You got time off work, Mel? What's going on there?
Congratulations. We see Haley in there. Hi, Haley. Fantastic to see everybody.
Australia, there you go. There's a beauty. G'day from Australia. Hello.
Penrith Panthers TV. Well, Tina, Courtney, what do the Phi need to do to push the score out? I think just be solid defensively. If they keep pushing the ball in transition, I think they're going to find opportunity there.
Outside shots were dropping early for them, Case. That second quarter, they dried up, didn't they?
Yeah, and they haven't shot as many threes this year as they did the previous season. I think they're better at going to the basket, but I think they need to create those three-point shots off of penetration moving forward.
What else we got coming through?
Well,
Holland.
We got, I love New Zealand saying hi. Looks like a little bit of Russian possibly in there. Watching from Holland, fantastic. We love the Dutch.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife, Dutch heritage, Dutch family, of course. So hello to everybody in Holland today, tonight. Not sure what the time is.
Bali?
One of my favourite places, Case.
Are you going to go back? You skipped out on 14 days of work earlier, right before the season. When you came back, you quit.
Thank you. One of my favourite places. Hey, stick with us, everybody, on TikTok and FIBA YouTube. We're just going to come back from a break and talk stats, and then we're going to come back and have a chat with you real soon. So stick with us. Now, my hockey my welcome back to South Auckland tonight at Pulman Arena. Friday night hoops. Hope you're enjoying it. Sells NBL and a really good contest unfolding here. Justin Nelson and Casey Frank with you. The Phi are out by 8. Time now to look at the all-important Chemist Warehouse stats. What are they telling us, Case?
Well, they're telling us this is a fast-paced game with a lot of possessions, and they're going Tauranga's way because of too many turnovers. Take a first look at the scores. 10 apiece for Cruz Pero Hunt and Chris Jones. Chris Jones does his damage in the first quarter. Cruz Pero Hunt in the second. Matching up with the backcourt of Robinson and Jalen Duran, and 28 between them. Leon Henry and Chris Jones again on the glass. Aaron Blesson, Carter Hopoy doing a bit of damage themselves. Not a lot of ball movement. They're not creating as much with the basketball, I think, are either team. Leon Henry, Alex Robinson, 2 assists apiece, and KPH leading the way for the Phi. A couple of big blocks, a couple of them in a row as well. Dante Matakatia with 1. Carter Hopoy leading the stats for the Phi. Into the steals, Alex Robinson, and a bevy of 5 with 1 apiece.
Panthers won the opening quarter 28-25. The Phi answering in that second quarter 26-15. Panthers are 10 of 12 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. The Phi are 5 of 9. That rebound count 23-21 in favour of the Panthers. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to our official stats partner, Chemist Warehouse, and the second half is not too far away. And just like that, Casey, we are back with everyone on TikTok and FIBA YouTube tonight. Hope you're well, wherever you may be watching in from around the world. I can see somebody there from Outback Queensland. Lovely part of the world, Outback Queensland.
Outback, I've only stayed on the coast.
Have you?
All the way up to Cairns and Townsville, of course.
Yeah, you played a bit of
down,
basketball
down
there.
to the Goldie.
Right.
Yeah, up and down the Queensland coast. Fantastic times. Then to get inside. I heard there were snakes in there, so I tried to stay out of it.
There's a lot of snakes in Australia, my friend. You do have the Gold Coast look, by the way, just having a look at you on screen.
To be fair, I was one of the originators.
Were you? I can
I don't know.
imagine.
This could be more Byron nowadays, though. It could be more Byron.
Who else have we got? Is that Washington State?
Washington State, Girl Bard.
Okay, nice.
And nice to see you there. Spent a bit of time in Washington as well. It was there as a young man. Lived in Tacoma and Federal Way back in the day. I've kind of lived everywhere, though.
If you could go on holiday tomorrow, I mean, Bali, we know that. It's little Australia, Bali. You know that's my favourite. But if you could go anywhere right now, you could walk out after this game tonight, jump on a plane and fly anywhere. Where are you going?
If it's right now, and I'm checking it out right now, what time of year? We're talking March. I think I'm going to go to Hawaii. If I could go anywhere, my favorite place to go holiday is Long Island out in the Hamptons.
Nice.
I got family out there.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of summers out there when I was growing up, so to me that's a pretty special part. But really, you can't go wrong. Can I just go back to Tafanui? I was camping there a month ago. Can I try that again?
Go wherever you want. I don't need you back on commentary with me till Sunday, so you can go wherever you want. South Africa joining us tonight. Hello to you out there as well. Of course, it could be daytime over there. We're not sure. Where else are people following in from, Case?
All over the place. Tina Courtney's got a top 5 players I've played against.
Ooh.
Well, let's see. I've guarded Dirk. I've got Anthony Davis.
Fair plays.
Let's see. Sharif Abdur-Rahim in college. His first college game, he had a triple-double against us. I remember that one.
We had a bit of one-on-one before tonight's game.
Went to Phoenix Suns camp. Sean Marion, had to guard Sean Marion for a bit.
We had a bit of one-on-one before tonight's game. Do I count in the top 5?
Are you still talking, Justin?
You got one more, and it's not me. Hurry up.
The lucky last. It could be the Gasol brothers. It could be maybe Scola from Spain. Internationally, he was a beast.
Louis Scola.
Both those guys are certainly on that list.
Did you play against the Gasol brothers both at the same time?
Yeah, we did. It was Mark and Powell. Got a good. Maybe I'll share the Marc Gasol story later on. It's a funny one.
For those that don't know, by the way, Casey and I together have played over 100 games for the New Zealand Tall Blacks.
Shout out to you, John Pork.
Who?
John Pork.
Right. G'day, John.
You want a shout out?
We're coming back from a commercial break. We'll catch up with you at 3/4 time. Welcome back. Second half, not too far away in the Sal's NBL tonight. The Phi leading the Panthers by 8. Panthers, of course, searching for their first victory of the season. The Phi have had a wonderful start to the season. 3 wins and 1 loss. And that might just give us a chance at the moment, Casey. Can we bring up the ladder in the Sal's NBL? Because I just want to talk about this start to the season for the Phi. They've had wins against the Rams, the Nuggets, and the Tuatara. They had a narrow 4-point loss to the Bulls, and there they are, second on the ladder.
Doing very well. Just a testament to, I think, the coaching of Matt Lacey, getting this squad prepared, getting his guys in early. He's got his import contingent. That makes such a difference at this time of the year. You look at the struggles of teams like the Tuatara, who just haven't been able to get it going yet because they don't have everybody on the rock. You look the Nelson Giants, close to full, don't have their full squad. The Otago Nuggets were a little bit late, but really nice job of being prepared for the Phi, knowing what they want to do and playing defense at a mid-season level.
So there's the Indian Panthers as they prepare for the second half. Who gets the win? Panthers jump up to 12%. They were 9% when we started tonight. mixandpick.com, QR code on screen, have your say. Don't forget, we'll be asking you, the viewers, for your votes during the last quarter for tonight's MVP.
Well, when I look at the stats, the most worrying thing I see for the Panthers is, yes, they're in this game. They're only down 8. They can get back in it. But the big problem is they've taken 33 shots compared to 44 shots for Tauranga. They have to start getting back into the possession game, either with offensive rebounds, of which Tauranga has really cleaned up, or cutting down their own turnovers. 10 turnovers for the Panthers in the first half, just 4 for the Phi. When you look at the offensive rebounding, the Phi were able to pull 6 offensive rebounds in that first half, but they were able to turn those 6 points right into buckets, into 15 second chance points off of 6 offensive rebounds. That if they're able to convert those second chance opportunities at that rate, it's going to be a long second half for this Panthers squad.
Yeah, keep an eye on it. Some really interesting stats there with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Hey, Trans-Tasman Throwdown is coming our way in May. Of course, the 2 Degrees Tall Ferns and the Tall Blacks going up against the Australian Opals and Boomers. There's a couple of games in Australia on May the 7th and the 9th, but back here at Globox Arena in New Zealand in Hamilton on Sunday, May the 11th. Get out there and do a search on it, though. Do a search on it and grab your tickets early for that one.
Been a fair while since the Aussies came to town.
Been a while, hasn't it? Yep, about to say the same thing. Underway, Zana with the early miss. Bairstow gets it to go again.
That's what I want to see more of from Bairstow, creating opportunities for himself. Great D, Matakatia.
Getting the start in the second half, Matakatia.
Look at Alex Robinson, got that ball on a string. Interesting, the Phi going to leave Zana twice to try and get him going.
Henry on the spin cycle, unable to finish underneath. He does have 3 fouls, needs to be careful. Blesson gets it back for the Panthers. He goes up and in.
Everybody heading to the laundry mark because spin cycle was on overdrive on that possession. First time not so good, second time's the charm. Aaron Blesson getting the finish.
Just the start the Panthers wanted. Zana just too much height and strength for Robinson.
Got to be some communication there. Double's got to come. Forced Talib Zana to become more of a passer. But this is very deliberate by the Phi. Try to get him to rock early.
Talib Zana up to 10. Chris Jones with the steal at midcourt and the finish.
That live ball turnover, that's poison for the Panthers right now. Giving the Phi an opportunity to score without the defense set up. We've seen the Phi in the half court. It's a much more of a struggle than it is when they get a little bit of fast breakout.
This is a game-high 10-point lead now as well. Foul there called on Bairstow, who's a little bit perplexed.
Well, up high, he swallowed that like I did as a baby eating baby food. That was whole. That was just swallowed that like a solar eclipse or something. 2 hands in the air, get it out. But the contact, I think, was with the body down low. So that sends Jalen Duran straight to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Hits the first, adding to the kitty of the Chemist Warehouse and BNZ Hoops and Schools program.
Misses the second, so 13 points, Jalen Duran tonight.
That doesn't add to the kitty when you miss from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
I like the way you said that with a really low, disappointing voice. Carter Hopoi. Fouled there by Blesson.
They got the ball left afterwards. I think that's the kind of foul that if the offensive player doesn't lose possession, you let him get away with that. But once he lost the ball, that's when it has to come the other way.
Early stages of this third quarter. 55 plays, 46. Can the Panthers close this gap down? Jones, Bairstow. The point guard battle's been a lot of fun to watch tonight. They get caught under the screen, and Chris Jones makes the Panthers pay.
Well, good screen by Zana. Really just takes Robinson out of the play, who decides to go under. And when he goes under like that, it has to be a switch. Instead, wide open look.
I just think this is a real danger period for the Panthers. We've seen this in 3 games so far this season. Good early signs, really competitive early signs.
Well, Alex Robinson talked to me about it just before halftime. He said we need to find a way to keep those legs in the second half, and that's not the case right now.
Yeah, this has been where they've struggled. Good defense there by Jalen Durant.
Strips it out right off the leg of Bairstow. I like the aggressiveness by Bairstow. I like him going to the cup. Just needs to protect that basketball to a higher degree. Bairstow on 8 points now.
Tushar Singh has come into the game for Aaron Blesson. There's a little bit of discrepancy at the moment on how many fouls Blesson has got. I think the score table has him on an extra one, and the Panthers coaching staff have him on one less. He takes a seat at the moment.
Well, Panthers coaching staff thinks he's on 3, but I might be agreeing that he's on 4.
Durand for 3. Jones comes up with it. He's really starting to work into the game. Pero Hunt on the wing. Timeout, Panthers. Good start to the second half for the Tauranga Whai. And Chris Jones has his fingerprints all over this one.
10-3 run to start the quarter. And Cruz Pero Hunt shooting that basketball with confidence. He's now up to 13 points, 15 for Chris Jones. They're combined for 10 for 20 from the field. They're carrying a lot of that offense to leave Zana with 10. 8 for Hopoi, 8 for Bairstow. Just 7 points off the bench in total for the Whai. But that starting unit starting to come together, starting to feel good about what they're doing, but certainly much more confident in the transition game than they are anywhere else.
Sal's NBL Highlight Show every Tuesday night on Sky Sport. All of the best bits from every game in Mad March. And it has certainly been hectic. 26 games in 20 days and nights to start season 2025 in the Sal's NBL. And we can tell you that once we progress through Mad March, we're heading into...
What's the March? April? March, April, May.
We are amped up in April. Amped up.
Look, Justin.
That means you're excited.
If you're going to ask me for the rest of the full schedule, you're going to have to give me a little bit more time. I need a little bit of warning because, let's be honest, I am locked into the moment right now.
No, you are. And I'll tell you what I'm locked into. I'm locked into Chris Jones, if you don't mind. That'll count.
Chris Jones. Leon Henry tries to sneak that one away. The ball a little bit wet.
Chris Jones up to 17 now. That's a game high, 17 points.
And he's had a couple of games. He's been up over that 24-point spread. Just looking like the third one today. And creating a lot of offense with his defense. He hasn't had a lot of ball in hand. I mean, it's only 10 shots.
Shooting at 70% though.
Yeah, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a block.
Here's Tushar Singh. Had 14 points in the Rapid League. He's got 2 here.
And Tushar Singh is a guy I think the Panthers need to play through a little bit more often. I love the way Robinson Durant have been playing, but you just spread that around and lighten that load that they're carrying offensively.
Pero Hunt gets it back from Bairstow. Matakatia in front of him, takes him on. Young Dante Matakatia is really coming of age the more opportunities that he gets in the Sal's NBL.
Well, there's certainly a few players I've seen on this Panthers squad that I'm questioning why these guys don't have a job somewhere else. You know, Jalen Durant, Dante Matakatia, and, you know, Zach Tapuni are 3 guys that have certainly impressed with the opportunities that they've been given.
Here is Durant. Can he light it up from 3? Underneath, Matakatia.
That's tough, man. That's a tough move. Able to shed the box out, get the catch, the hoop, the harm all at the same time. And I think we're going to have a timeout to the 5 as soon as the officiating crew looks at the bench.
Now, we can tell you that the score is the Whai 63 to the Panthers 50. We'll just get that score ticker fixed up for you during this timeout. But the margin is 13, 63 to 50.
And the chance to cut it to 12 will be Dante Matakatia when he comes back in the game. 7 points off the bench, 2 rebounds. He's got 3 blocks.
You know what I liked about that last basket, though, Casey? Just his endeavour to hunt the ball down off the boards and finish. I mean, there's players who actively go out there with the work rate to grab offensive rebounds. You know, I've always said, I don't think that's a talent thing. I don't think that's a skill thing. That's just pure desire. There's some skill, I get it, but it is desire.
Well, I mean, in and of itself, desire is a talent. Yeah, it really is. It's not something you can teach. It's that want to get the basketball, the willingness to put yourself through that physical contact to get it. It's something that few players have innately, but you can have the skill. You got to have the will. And that time, Dante Matakatia had the will to get to that basketball, and he is rewarded for it.
It's a really good way to clean up what I was trying to say, Case.
Well, the other part of it is we've talked about the basketball being in Robinson's hands and Jalen Duran's hands.
Yep.
You want the basketball? You want to score? Go get it.
Yep.
Go get it. We're missing a lot of shots. You know, if we're not running it for you, you go find yourself and insert yourself into this basketball game.
Bonus coming up from the Chemist Warehouse out of the timeout. Dante Matakatia. Really like this young man. Been given an opportunity with the Indian Panthers, and he is taking it with both hands. We're back to 12. Chris Jones been very effective in this one tonight. Bairstow trying to get in some form at the moment. He's got an opportunity here. I reckon he's going to be called for a travel. He is.
Well, once you go up with that, he's saying he lost the basketball, but it doesn't matter if you lost the basketball if you come back down it. That's a FIBA rule. Great effort here by Robinson to get back in. And he does lose it, but he comes back down with it. What he's arguing is an NBA rule. FIBA, once you've had possession, you leave. If you come back down with it without shooting, that is traveling.
So a turnover there against the Fight.
Ken Colson, let me know if I described that correctly.
Another basket here for the Panthers is going to get the confidence up. Leon Henry muscling his way to the basket. Good defense in the end by Zana.
Good hand by Talib Zana there. On an island and took a challenge and wins it.
Watch Jones here. Hopoi down low to Zana. He's got the mismatch. Doubled now. Hopoi on the arc, can't finish.
He saved that.
I think he has, Cruz Pero Hunt.
Off the legs of Singh. Beautiful effort getting into the baseline crowd there. Might have taken a knee on the back. Young fellow on the sideline checks the shoes. Got to check the kicks. You get a little sweat on there.
13 points for Cruz Pero Hunt tonight, but I like his work rate off the ball.
Well, a lot of it for Cruz seems to flow out of the offense. When the offense is going well, everything else comes together. And I think as he develops as a player, you'll see the other stuff come together and create the offense.
Shot clock was winding down.
Leon Henry struggling to catch that rock. Wanted it earlier, but didn't get it till late. Hopoi gets a hand in.
Jones with a bit more time to set things up, this time down the floor. Zana. And a foul on Robinson. That's going to be unsportsmanlike as soon as you connect with the head. The Barnacan officials right on top of that.
I mean, it doesn't look great, and Talib Zana grabs the head. Hopefully he's not, this isn't too much of an injury. He's certainly doesn't, looks to be a little bit the worse for wear. Alex Robinson just gets up in the air, has nowhere to go. Sort of flings at it, and they're saying it's the pull on the neck as well, but that head contact, there's no malice involved.
No, but that's what it is. As soon as you connect with the head, the officials have nowhere to go with that. So it is the right call in the end. But as you said, Robinson was committed. He was in the air. He had to land somewhere. Here we go. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Nowhere to go, but as soon as he grabs at the head.
It's the finish as well. You know, it's the finish gets on.
So Xander, I think, maybe going to take a seat here. So the substitute coming in is Xander Masters, and he's the one that's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse.
That's some coaching right there. That's who's shooting the free throws? That's what is Talib? Talib was 2 or 2.
Having said that, Masters has just missed the first. So
bad coaching right there.
Well, we hope that Xander's okay. Second one is good. Possession's going to stay with the Fight.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those head knocks. Yeah, they catch up to you quickly.
You can see the Whai medico just having a chat with Zana at the moment. Hopefully okay. Midway through the third quarter here, margin at 13. It's not beyond the Panthers from here, but when you consider they put 28 away in the first quarter, scoring has been a lot harder to come by since. Hopoi, Jones. I really like the way Jones has worked himself into this game tonight, Case.
I like the way Jones recognizes the mismatch and feeds the bigs.
Robinson in the lane, well picked off.
Hopoi unable to take advantage of that mismatch that time around.
What can Robinson do here? Can he get the Panthers going? Sends it out to Matakatia, nearly left it behind. Clumsy Hez Singh on Hopoi. Over the top. Look good off the hand. Battle on the boards. Henry fighting for it with Jones. Locks it up. I think it'll be a Whai ball. In fact, no, I'll take that back. It's going to be a Panthers ball.
That's a quick jump there. I thought Chris Jones grabbed it pretty quickly, but I think Mikey Graham, understanding that the level of physicality is lifted, so maybe just say, let's nip this in the bud.
Early whistle, yeah.
Let's make sure now we're getting too active here.
Zach Tapuni is about to come back in for the Panthers. I never like looking too far ahead in the Sal's NBL because every game is dishing something up. But I've got to tell you, Case, and you and I are heading down there on Sunday afternoon. The Rams up against the Saints. 3 p.m. local time in here in New Zealand on Sunday afternoon. Live and free on Sky Open as well. That is some sort of a contest coming our way.
Well, Zach Tapuni was trying to check in, but I don't think anybody at the score bench saw him. Oh, that's stepped out of bounds, Jalen Duran there.
Unfortunate. Sideline never loses one of those battles.
I think he got a little case of happy feet as well.
Can I just ask you,
Yes,
for
you
our
can.
viewers and fans of the competition, just a very early tip for that game I mentioned on Sunday afternoon, Rams and the Saints. Who are you going with? Dual reigning champs against the 12-time champs. Oh, there's another block. That's block number 4, by the way, for
Dante.
Matakatia.
Putting it together. That's a good question. I haven't done my prep on that game yet. Leaning, without looking at the stats, without really taking too much into it, I'm leaning with the Rams. I think they've been just playing so well in their home court.
Okay.
I still don't have the imports. I don't think they're going to be here for this one.
I think Kyle Bowen does come in for this one, so
Okay.
we'll keep an eye on that. Bazant for 3.
Beautiful pass. Carter Hopoi. That's what I thought he was going to try and finish, but showing a nice affinity for distribution today.
Tapuni on Denham-Brook. Comes up short, but he'll go again. Zach Tapuni off the glass for 2.
Nice bit of footwork to create the move. Denham-Brook out of position because of that opens up the second chance opportunity.
4 points for Zach Tapuni tonight. Denham-Brook answers at the other end.
Chris Jones just lays it off. Lays it off so nicely. Drops it off. Lets Denham-Brook get the easy finish.
Matakatia running out of real estate. Turns it over on the pass to Chris Jones. This has been such a good battle tonight between Jones and Robinson. Fire to go again.
I think that's the 4th steal for Chris Jones.
Sends it outside. Oh, Cruz Pero Hunt had it spent before he got it, and the Panthers come up with it. Matakatia. Oh, hello, young man.
That's pretty. Nice footwork. Good decision to get to the other cup, but a great kick ahead by Jalen Duran. Panthers haven't done enough of that in this game.
Well, let's go back to what you were saying just minutes ago about Dante Matakatia. How has he not been picked up prior to getting this opportunity with the Panthers? Outlet pass, stick with the play, Singh.
There we go, kicking the head and easy buckets. We see another bucket, we're going to see a 5 timeout. But it's a great question. You know, he didn't get a lot of time, was with the Bulls last year, barely really saw the court. And basketball is all about opportunity. And, you know, there's no way the best, 120 players in the country are playing in the NBL.
Yep.
But if you haven't been seen, people don't know about you.
Oh, big 3 from Cruz Pero Hunt. That's what he does.
That's just stops the run. The run stopper for KPH, up to 16 points now.
Margin back to 15. Inside the last couple of minutes of this third quarter tonight. Hope you're enjoying it right around the world. Marakatia. Oh, Singh getting up on the rebound. Panthers with another opportunity. Robinson one way, then the other. He's got to get something late here. Does he get the roll? He doesn't.
Solid defense. Jaden Bazan made it a difficult shot.
Jones with a turn of speed.
Another block for Dante there?
I think it is.
I think that's block number 5.
We're sitting next to the statisticians. That's a block for Dante Marakatia. That's number 5 for him. Just letting you know, that's a block for Dante Marakatia. Just making sure you got it. That's all right.
Okay, Justin, let's not influence. Let's let the statisticians do their jobs. Let's let the statisticians do their job and we do ours. I can't tell you how many times has somebody talked to you on your shoulder and told you to do something.
I think they've marked it down, by the way. I think it was a convincing enough argument.
Well, impressive nonetheless. Even if you are juicing the stats. 10 points.
The look on the statisticians'
4
faces.
or 5 blocks now for Dante.
That's 5. It's got to be 5. I think the convincing job was enough. Now we've got.
You're a salesman, Justin.
Is it a technical foul that's being called here?
Yeah, we were too concerned with that. Would have to be.
Yeah.
And Alex Robinson doesn't see it. I did not see who the T was on.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that to see who that technical foul was on. We'll let you know in just a moment.
But the good news is we really entertained ourselves with that joke.
1:17 to play in the third. The fight, is it a game
Chris Jones
winning
technical
lead?
Foul.
There you go. Thank you. Chemist Warehouse stats. Bairstow. Zana, great to see him back out there. Look
Alex
who comes
Robinson
up with it.
Matched up on Zana in the post.
Yeah, the Panthers need something big here, Case. Robinson, he knows it as well. Oh, nice hand, Denham-Brook.
Excellent recovery. He got deked out of the play, but hustled to get back in and block that shot.
Did really well, didn't he? Jet Thompson's on the floor now for the fight. Bazant. I like the game of Jaden Bazant tonight. He's just been a real link man, hasn't he? I think you called him the glue guy earlier on.
Well, I just really like the way he came in off the bench, affected the tempo, started playing with a little bit of confidence. That was a bit of a danger patch for the Phi. Offense wasn't going well. They were giving up a bit of a lead, and he just settled things down, had the ball in hand, made some nice passes, nice finishes as well.
Bairstow on the drive. Copped a whack down the arm from Zach DePuni.
Bairstow just, man, he's got a lot of bounciness. I think not quite across how to perfectly harness it yet, which, you know, it's not surprising. I think he's 23 now. First year as a professional, first with the Breakers. And, you know, being a professional is one thing. Being an import is another thing. There's a different level of responsibility. And, you know, as a young player, that is a difficult a transition to make, but it's a mindset thing as well. You know, you can't just be solid. You can't just be good. You have to be a leader on and off the court to continue to ply your trade in that way.
Wonderful basketball family out of Australia, the Bairstows.
A couple of hoopers.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure to watch Steph Bairstow in the competition this year. Dominant in the Rapid League.
Played for the Kahoo, of course.
Kind of a cheat code in the Rapid League, Steph Bairstow was.
Definitely, absolutely. It was huge. It's a foul here. That's going to go against Jaden Bazant, is it? Yeah, it is. On the trail there. Just over 19 seconds to play in this third quarter. What have the Panthers got to get right down the stretch here to try and sneak up and grab a win?
Defensively, they have to do a better job of staying in front in transition. I think if they can cut out the live ball turnovers and do a better job getting live ball turnovers like this. Zach Tapuni.
It's been a good battle between Tapuni and Zana tonight. It's been fun to watch.
Zach Tapuni, he enjoys the chin wag.
He likes the wind-up, doesn't he?
And I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, a lot of contact there. Now, an offensive foul has been called.
I don't know about that. He's saying he wrapped him up.
Well, we need
Now,
to see that
if
again.
I'm dribbling the basketball and there's an arm that's touching me, that's a foul. That's a foul on Zena. You know, if Jalen Duran's wrapped him up, it's because there's contact on a ball carrier as a defender is stepping out of the way. You know, that's not maybe a little bit of makeup call for what happened on the other end just a second ago. But I think that one probably unlucky for Duran.
Bairstow, he gets one to go right on the buzzer at three-quarter time. So that'll do us after 3. Here's the Bairstow basket. Just what the Phi needed with a quarter to play. They are pushing further ahead. Out by 18, Friday Night Lights, the Phi headed towards win number 4. And as we head off for another break, Casey Frank, by the way, just so our viewers around the world know, Casey Frank, Justin Nelson, hope you're all well. Hello to everybody on TikTok and FIBA YouTube tonight. What's everyone saying to us at the moment, Case?
We got Xander Marster's cousin out there.
Oh, hello.
How's it going, Mayakitaki?
Well, you're going to see the MVP vote QR code come up on screen during this last quarter. So Xander Marster's family, get in there and vote for him.
We heard Chris Jones for the Phi had signed somebody's shoe in here. That's fantastic to see.
Okay.
Not a lot of basketball questions, not a lot of activity.
Just people talking to each other.
But very, very happy to have all of you join us on TikTok and FIBA YouTube around the world. We've seen the Phi slowly take control of this game down the stretch, just pulling away more and more. You know, it's positive signs for the Panthers. They continue to strive for something, but obviously coming up a little bit short in the department that matters most, grabbing the wins. But I think they're building towards it.
If you're new to the Sal's NBL, wherever you may be around the world, every single game is live on FIBA YouTube outside of New Zealand. So you're welcome to come and watch any game. And of course on TikTok, Sky Sport TikTok, every Friday night New Zealand time. Yep, absolutely.
Hey, I'm saying Yoza. I'm going to give a yo to your dad's. I'm not saying the rest of that one, bud.
Welcome back to Pulman Arena tonight. A quarter to play, Friday Night Lights, the Phi and the Panthers in the Sal's NBL. Hope you're enjoying it. We're having a bit of a giggle because we were talking to the TikTok crew during that break. And
what up, chat?
I just think you wanted to keep talking. Hey, Large Phi Island Pizza, that's this week's Sal's special. You know what to do. Scan that QR code and enjoy some of Sal's best. Underway. Jet Thompson with the opening shot comes up short. Now the Panthers need something quickly here. Will they get it through Robinson? He'll have to do the hard work from the Chemist Warehouse.
Jet Thompson is always the most surprised after he's fouled someone. He's got the hand straight up. The contact is the foul, my friend. But I don't mind the attitude. I don't mind the effort. But once that contact's there, sometimes you just got to wear them. And every official who ever blew a whistle on me says, who said that? Let's take a look at the MVP vote. Who do you think's got MVP? I'm going to have to check this one out, Justin.
Well, I want to know where Chris Jones is. This is early stages, of course. These are just the early votes. It's changing as we speak. Sean Bairstow's got a little bit of love out there. Alex Robinson, 60% of the vote. Here he is on screen right now. He has been good tonight, especially in that first half. Chris Jones finally has some votes as well. Keep voting. QR code on screen. Fun and free. We want to hear from the viewers tonight. Who is your MVP?
Well, over on Sky Sports 6, we've got the Nelson Giants up against the Franklin Bulls. 8-point lead for the Bulls heading into the fourth quarter. But we won't tell you the final score, just in case you want to watch it later.
Yeah. Tapuni, Zana, that's been a really fun battle to watch tonight. And I think we might have this decision overturned here. I think this will be a 5-ball.
No, it's... Well, that's Brett Clive thought he had a better angle from half court.
I guess what you're saying there is there was an official 1 meter from the ball. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, with the angle, though. It's all about the angle. So if you're right next to it, doesn't necessarily mean you see it best, especially when it's a deflection.
And the officials did have a chat with each other and sorted it out. A miss there for Bairstow. Still looking for the
emotions starting to rise a little bit in this one.
Oh, there has been a little bit of spice out there tonight. Matakatia twisting and turning. Robinson, busy as always. Look at the cut underneath.
I thought he might have got fouled there. Nice job by moving without the basketball. That's the movement we were talking about that Alex Robinson needs to really get the most out of his skill set.
And again, it was the youngster case.
You know, it's always the youngster moving. I'll tell you what, it ain't the old guys. It ain't the vets that are cutting time and time again.
You're starting to sound like an old man, Casey Frank.
I get closer every day.
Robinson, pull up 2, short on the iron. Just some up and back stuff over the opening 90 seconds to start us off in this last quarter. No score added. Masters goes after it, gets it back. Bairstow for 3. Oh, that'll boost the confidence.
I really like the decision-making of Jaden Bazan tonight. You know, had a decent look at it, but he makes the extra pass, kicks it over to Bairstow, who's, you know, really trying to get his confidence in the jump shot going right now.
He's up to 14 points now, Sean Bairstow.
I think just one point off is a season high.
Henry with the miss. Oh, Bairstow comes up with it. Nice work. Can he take it all the way? He certainly can. Won't finish, though.
Got wide open up the court is Dante Matakatia. Nobody sees him.
So since quarter time, it's been a 50-29 run by the Phi. And another sideline turnover there against the Panthers.
Best defender in the league. Oh, that sideline.
Never loses a battle, Case, ever. The sideline. Some of the Chemist Warehouse stats tonight. Alex Robinson has 16 points. He leads the way for the Panthers. Jalen Durand has 13. Dante Matakatia has 10 points. And unfortunately, despite my best efforts, only has 4 blocks. For the Phi, Jones has 17. Pero Hunt has 16. Here is Jones. Sends it out wide to Masters. Loves a 3. Matakatia
putting together a ball game and looking confident with the ball in hand as well.
Robinson receives from Henry, steps back on the screen, opens it up for 3.
Nice rebound. Oh boy, boxing out, elevating.
8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals for Carter Hawkboy tonight. Jones, was there a push there? Certainly looked like it. No whistle. Pero Hunt with the miss. Now Aaron Blesson with a full head of steam. Up and under. Misread it.
The 16-year-old to the cup, dishes it off, gets the dime. Matakatia on 12.
Great setup, Cooper, Lepo and Dante Matakatia. That forces a timeout for the Phi. Let's have a look at it again.
Draw the defender, dish it off. Matakatia, right place, right time, right with the bucket.
So 6:40 left to play in this one tonight. Panthers came in with the worst defense in the competition, giving up 113 points a game. A lot better tonight, but the scoring has dried up. MVP Alex Robinson still leading the way with 37%. Here we go, the Carter Hawkboy fans are jumping on board. We've seen that a few times already this season. Chris Jones only has 11%. I don't like that.
Seems unlucky.
Seems unlucky.
He really did drive the offense early. 17 points on 50% shooting. He's 3 of 4 from deep. He's got 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and a block. And he's plus 13. And I think, you know, for me, it's been Cruz, Pero Hunt, and Chris Jones leading the way. I might get in there and make a vote now.
Well, we do love it when the fans give the youngsters a pat on the back. So I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen any votes yet for Dante Matakatia. 12 points for him tonight, 4 rebounds and 4 blocks.
Who are you voting for, Justin? You want to see people vote for Chris
I haven't
Jones?
voted yet. Well, if you can take over the commentary for a couple of minutes.
I can. Don't worry about that, Justin.
78 plays 59. Hope you're enjoying it tonight. Great to have you with us.
A little bit of zone defense, try and get this Phi squad out of their flow offensively.
Oh, and they nearly did that too then. Jones found a way through. Leon Henry with the rebound.
Too much length.
And they've got some runners here. Durand, Robinson, sneaky look at a 3. pulls it out. Singh.
Well, good recovery by Singh. Thought that was going to be another steal for Jones.
Here's Henry, muscling his way through. He'll get a second effort here off the glass, and he gets the friendly whistle.
Stick-to-itiveness. Leon Henry goes at the body of Bairstow. Doesn't get the first time. Second time lucky. Bairstow picks up foul number 2, and Leon Henry looking for the old-fashioned three-point play. The hoop, the harm, and a chance for 3.
I think Leon was just having a bit of a conversation with himself there. Just had to work a little bit harder than what he thought was needed. Great to see him back out there. Misses that. Margin at 17. It's not beyond any team in this competition, but a lot needs to go right for the Panthers from here, and that is not what they wanted to see from Xander Masters.
It certainly is what the 5 faithful are looking for. Xander Masters has really stepped his role up this season, making himself a potent weapon off the bench from Matt Lacey.
Yeah, seeing him play some really good minutes in the Rapid League, and that is transferring into this competition. Jalen Duran.
Jalen Duran, strong move. Nearly swipes the ball out of Hopoi's hand when he has it out of bounds, which would have been a technical.
Panthers come again. Duran.
Back-to-back buckets.
Hot hand.
Ooh.
Oh, it was halfway there as well.
Yeah, had the right read. Nice offense. Might as well let it fly now.
Just under 5 to play. We'll bring up that QR code again in a moment so you can cast your vote for the MVP tonight. Oh, Sean Bairstow finding some touch late in this one tonight. Outlet. Robinson.
Nice pass, Blessing. Create that opportunity for Alex Robinson, who's up to 18 now.
And this one's just opened up a little bit in the last 90 seconds.
Unsurprisingly.
Corner 3 goes down, Cruz Pero Hunt.
Now up to 19 is Cruz Pero Hunt, leading scorer in the ball game.
Came in averaging 17 points a game, so a touch above that tonight. Robinson started on fire tonight, didn't he? Durand on Masters, a lot of contact there. Jalen Durand is off to the coloured stripe.
He's going through aggressively. If you're guarding Jalen Durand, expect some contact on the drive.
He's a tough unit. Robinson's still leading the MVP vote with 35%. Leon Henry getting some love now. Cast your vote, scan away, tell us who you think is tonight's MVP. So Panthers staring down the barrel here, Casey, of a 4th straight loss in the Sal's NBL. They do have a 3-1 record in the Rapid League.
Always good to accentuate the positives.
Yeah, no, trying to. They do have some new faces arriving in New Zealand over the next 48 hours. Where do you see them coming up in that next patch of 4 games?
In terms of, well, the Panthers, work in progress. It's tough to say what they're going to look like when they get this full roster. An intriguing set of players are available. They're going to get a lot more size soon, and I think we're going to see some more. There's some players on the cusp of signing as well that I think could be really valuable weapons. But it's all about how quickly that adjusts together. We knew this year was going to be tough for the Panthers. It's not necessarily about having a winning record, but continuing to be competitive and do better things, as we see Chris Jones driving to Leon Henry and get the whistle. But more than saying they're going to do this and they're going to get wins, what I do want to see is a continuation of their improvement, which we have seen from game to game. The score sheet doesn't always say that, but this is a better second half effort than they had a week before, which was better than the week before. And that momentum at some point is going to be delivering upon itself, and it won't take quite as much work to get the good things to happen.
Ooh, Jaden Boucher into the game. Nice cut to the basket, receiving off the baseline. 2 games for the Panthers coming up next week, both here at home, by the way, as well. Boucher with the steal. Next Friday night, the Panthers host the Nuggets, and next Sunday, they host the Sharks. Timeout called here for the Panthers. as another basket there for the Whai and Sean Bairstow. So the Panthers have 2 games coming up next week, Case, as I mentioned. The Nuggets and the Sharks.
Yeah, look, the Nuggets, they're a team in flux right now. There's going to be no Todd Withers.
Yep.
And he is supremely important to what they do defensively. Lifted them on the offensive end last night against the Manawatu Jets. But defensively, I think that's where they miss him. And who knows how quickly they're going to be able to replace if they're looking for somebody, if they're waiting for somebody from another league. And then you look at the Sharks, good size. But I'll tell you what, they need to put that D back in the defense.
Got to play some defense, yeah.
So that could be the opportunity for us to see. I don't know, this could be a 120, 120 that ball game.
For Whai fans out there, their next game coming up is at home tomorrow week, Saturday night at Mercury Bay Park. Grab your tickets for that one. The Whai take on the Hawks. Speaking of good starts to the season, how about the Big Barrel Hawke's Bay Hawks?
Coming off onto a blinder and about to add a few weapons and a head coach. Obviously, Jackson Ball has been fantastic. I'm really impressed by Darnell Cowart, what we've seen from him. But I think the key, outside of those guys, certainly Jackson Ball is the straw that stirs that drink. But the key to their development for me has been Clifton Bush III.
Yeah.
Jacob Murphy, the way that he's come off the bench, been able to play. And certainly, I think maybe the underrated free agency signing of the offseason.
Campbell Scott. Yeah, I agree.
You know, really nice the way they've been able to develop their young talent. And that is the key to success in the NBL. If you can develop your talent as Lamatia steps on the sideline.
That is the 3rd win for the sideline tonight. That's just win number. That's this sideline here. Win number 3. Almost exactly the same spot as well.
Stay strong, boys. Keep on trying. You never know. You never know. You might get them one day.
2:48 left to play in this one tonight. We're having a bit of fun now. 91 plays 68. Jet Thompson back out there. There's Zana. Copped a head knock earlier on tonight. Great to see him back on the floor. Bazan for 3. Well, we know what Jaden Bazan can do.
Right. He's just such a patient player, such a smooth player. Jaden Bazan now up to 10 points on the day.
Steve Pyer with the drive to the basket and a miss. Bazan again setting the table. Here he is. Inside, outside, Masters. Zana underneath.
To leave Zana, 12 points, 8 rebounds. To go with a couple of assists, effective on the interior.
4 steals as well for Zana tonight.
And an entertaining physical battle.
Here's Matthew. He sends it out for the shot of Lumatia. Good hands underneath from Kalamete. They go again.
Oh, that one's just always on the cusp for Singh, isn't it?
Well, we mentioned it earlier. He was dynamite earlier tonight for the Panthers as they won the Rapid League. Finding his feet just into the country. Masters with the miss. Jet Thompson with the putback. Tried it once, tried it twice.
Stay hustling. Jet Thompson tried to stretch that lead to 30. But the iron unkind. Chance from the Chemist Warehouse stripe where we'll talk about our beautiful partners with BBNZ, the Chemist Warehouse, where every free throw made this season goes and send some funds to install a hoop in schools with the BBNZ Hoops in Schools program, making sure that everybody's got what they need to enjoy the game of basketball. Hoops at the heart of every community. That's what I want to see, Justin.
Great initiative, isn't it? Jet Thompson does his part. Ensures that there's some more money into the kitty. With thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Just over a minute to play.
Kalamete showing the high step.
Singh for 3. He can shoot.
He's got a stroke, man. I mean, it's flat. I think that's why we see so many near misses. But he's got that thing zeroed in. Mario Greensill checks into the game for the first time.
Boucher to Thompson.
This is Harlan Bowden, gets the catch there.
Thompson on the drive. Turns it over. And here comes Singh. Loves a basket. Lumatia. It's come off a hand. That'll be a Panthers ball. Jet Thompson.
He suffers from my disease. You can see the emotionality. You don't know what he's saying, but his body language says he's saying something else.
Yeah. Here he is playing defense on Paya. Paya had the head down and really didn't read the play there. Boucher. And good basket. Roden.
Sets it up.
That might be
his first bucket?
I think it's his first Sal's NBL points for Harlan Roden.
Welcome to the league, young fella.
Congratulations, young man.
Until you put a bucket in, it don't really count.
Well done.
Nice job by Jaden Boucher, setting him up too. Awareness. Good teammate, Jaden Boucher.
Final 20 seconds of this one tonight. It's going to end up being a good win for the Phi. Panthers very good early. But as we've seen in their previous 3 games, just unable to run the full game out. That'll come as they learn their way through this competition, this new league for them. Such a big undertaking. The signs are getting better. Luke Calamete.
Well, it's the foundation. Look, anyone who's paying attention understands it's going to be difficult. But what we do, we've got to repass the ball to the official. This Calamete. But what you want to see is the foundation and the solidness underneath. Obviously, a lot of issues with players' arrival, everything else. But I like the culture they're building. I like the joy with which they're playing most of the time. BNZ player timeout. That's a chance to talk about tickets to the big game, Justin.
I'm going to sit here and listen to you do that, Casey.
Well, you can scan that QR code and you're in for a chance to win tickets to this season games. We're looking for all sorts of groups, all thanks to BNZ, inspiring that next generation of ballers. And who knows, if you win tickets, bring a couple of little ones.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be inspiring them to one day play in the Sal's NBL or the GJ Gardner Homesto Ihi.
That's how all these players started out. 10 seconds to play. Can the Phi bring up triple figures? You bet they can. Xander Masters for 3. Late call here on the BNZ player timeout. Of course, every point counts on the ladder, which is why the Panthers have called this BNZ player timeout. They'll advance the ball with 4.9 seconds to play. Xander Masters for 3.
And if you missed the chance for the QR code the first time around, well, the second time is twice as nice. Get it to go. Score those tickets and see if you can help us inspire the next generation of ballers yourself.
BNZ ticket to the big game. Will they get a shot up here? They will. Calamete for 3. Hits the front of the ring, and that will do us tonight. So the Phi with the victory, 102-73. Excellent second half from the Northern Group, Tauranga Whai. Panthers were up by 3 after the opening quarter. And then the Phi won the next 3 quarters, 26-15, 24-14, and 24-15. And they take the win by 28. Alex Robinson got your vote tonight for the MVP. Thank you for having your say. Great to hear from you. Robinson ending with 18 points for the Panthers. Durand had 16, leading the way for the Phi. Cruz Perro-Hunt and Sean Bairstow with 19 points apiece. Talib Zana was a lot of fun to watch. 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 steals for him. And I reckon Casey Frank is going to have a chat with Sean Bairstow, by the looks of it, who really found some form late in the game. 19 points for him. Here he is with Casey.
Sean, improved all effort tonight. Your season high, 18 points. Better mindset. What was the equivalent to that? Better output offensively for you personally?
I think just getting out of my own head a little bit. Just getting used to playing in the league, getting used to the refs, getting used to the balls, getting used to my teammates. So, yeah, just a better game.
How about this surprise start for some, such as myself, to the Phi? Fantastically coming out 4-1, sitting at the top of the table. What do you attribute the early season success to?
When I first got to Tauranga, I generally thought we had a really good team. You know, I was telling people from the get-go, like, we have pieces and we're ready to compete. So, no surprise to me. I think we're right where we should be.
It's only surprising dumb guys like me. Appreciate the time, Sean. Good job.
Appreciate it.
Good to see Sean Bairstow hitting some form late in that one tonight. He ends up with 19 points. Phi get home, their 4th win of the season. They move to a 4-1 record. Panthers without a win in the Sal's NBL after 4 games themselves. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats.
There you see the leading scorers, Alex Robinson, Jalen Duran, 34 between them. Dante Matakatia bringing up the rear. Cruz Pero Hunt, Sean Bairstow, 19 apiece. Chris Jones did a lot of damage early for his 17. 11 rebounds, Bairstow with a double-double. Leon Henry getting in on the action for the Panthers with 10 himself. Aaron Blesson showing that dishing game. Sean Bairstow lead all the categories so far.
Had a good game,
assists. Yep. Put it together, a do-it-all type of day. Dante Matakatia, there it is. 5 blocks. Praise the statisticians, as we always do. A couple of blocks for the Phi. The steals, Chris Jones and Talib Zana getting it done. Jalen Duran, Alex Robinson, Zach Tapuni, 2 apiece as well.
I am impressed that I still do have a little bit of influence around here. Nice, 5 blocks.
About 6 weeks left.
Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight. A good win for the Tauranga Whai. Let's have a look at what's coming up. The Giants and the Bulls are playing as we speak down in Nelson. I'm not going to give anything away. You can check that one out yourselves. Coming up tomorrow, the Airs take on the Hawks. That looks like a really nice matchup. It'll be the Sky Broadband Rapid League from 3 p.m, Sal's NBL from 4 p.m. We head down to the Shark Tank for the first time this season. Opening in orange, the fans will be out in force as the Sharks take on the Jets. Rapid League 6:30, Sal's NBL 7:30. Sunday afternoon, can't wait for this one at Cal Stadium. The reigning 2-time champs take on the 12-time champs in the Saints. The Rams and the Saints go head-to-head. That'll be an absolute beauty. That game also live and free on Sky Open. Rapid League from 2 p.m, Sal's NBL from 3 p.m. There is one game on Sunday night. Tuatara at home. They're searching for their first win, by the way.
They're searching hard. Got a little bit of cavalry coming this weekend, supposedly. Supposedly Rob Lowe back in town. That might tip the scales back in their favor.
And they are taking on the Giants on Sunday evening, who might also, I'm not going to give anything away, but they might also be searching for their first win of the season as well. So there you go. Winners tonight. The Northern Group, Tauranga Whai, Denham Brook, back into the team. Great to see him. Alex Robinson start again for the Panthers. He's up in the stands with the fans. Hope you enjoyed it. On behalf of the entire team here at Sky Sport, Casey Frank right alongside me, Justin Nelson, wishing you all the very best. The Phi get home 102-73. See you tomorrow.